At Ringneck Energy, their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
Ready to gain an edge in your career? Tide Machinery's Service Technician Apprenticeship Program is designed for anyone wishing to become a diesel mechanic working on Case IH equipment through full-time, on-the-job training. Enjoy hands-on work experience, learn from factory-trained service experts, and apply your knowledge from school directly to your work with this unique program opportunity. Become a titan in the industry and grow with a dealership that invests in you at Tide Machinery, Highmore, Miller, and Pierre, your local Case IH dealer. Visit TitanMachinery.com/careers to learn more.
The Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Rapid City supports all South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramkota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses, and quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
DRG Media Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Kenols wants to run again, and he's got room. 40, 30, foot race to the 10, 5, and a touchdown. Pierre will come back and set up Avery Kaiser on the outside left through the block, and that's down.
The official voice of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7, and also at the River 92.7 page of the DRG News app, brought to you by Golden Buffalo and DRGnews.com.
Briggs Trucking and Construction in Fort Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848 or email them at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
Scott Darnell with Lee Real Estate in Pierre is ready to help you find your dream home. There are 10 things you need to do to buy or sell your home. Number 1, call him at 605-220-2676, and he'll handle the other 9. As your resident realtor on a bike, he will make buying or selling your home feel like a walk in the park, not an Ironman triathlon. Find him on Facebook or email scott@LeeRealEstatePierre.com. Lee Real Estate and Scott are proud sponsors of Central South Dakota Youth Sports and Events broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Dakota Pro Air is a locally family-owned business that has been taking care of farmers' aerial needs since 2020. With locations in Letcher and Miller, Dakota Pro Air is able to provide service to a large area. Ground conditions too wet, or just don't want those sprayer tracks in your field? Give Dakota Pro Air a call for all your chemical and fertilizer application needs at 605-248-2314.
Olson Plumbing in Pierre provides complete plumbing and drain cleaning services to commercial and residential customers. Olson Plumbing understands how the simple things in life are often the things we can't live without, and running water is the top of the list. Olson Plumbing offers 24/7 emergency services, and they can be at your location in under an hour in most cases. If you need help with your plumbing system, call Olson Plumbing 605-224-6436.
You asked for it. Nonstop flights between Pierre and Minneapolis. Now you can book nonstop flights from Pierre to Minneapolis and Denver on Denver Air Connection. 1-hour flights on 50-passenger jets with fares starting at just $119 one way. Seats are limited and restrictions apply. Business, pleasure, a game, a winter getaway. It's easy when you fly from Pierre. Visit DenverAirConnection.com/Expedia to book your trip today. Skip the drive. Fly from Pierre Regional Airport. Minneapolis flights begin November 30th.
In a world that's always moving, your journey matters. And at Iverson Auto Group, we're here to get you on the road with a great selection of new and used vehicles and trailers, and keep you on the road with top-notch service, maintenance, and support. Every mile of your journey, the experienced team at Iverson Auto in Mitchell and Huron are here to help. Visit us in Mitchell and Huron or start your search at iversonauto.com to begin your journey today.
At Jan Bussey Ford in Highmore, they've been building partnerships for life by treating customers right, offering a low-pressure sales process, no haggling over price, passing low overhead savings on, and providing a Ford-certified service department fixing it right the very first time. If you're looking for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, a new or used ATV, or a trailer, stop by Jan Bussey Ford in Highmore and experience the difference.
Jan Bussey Ford, building partnerships for life.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Being local means more than being just another small-town business. It means showing up for our member owners when they need us, supporting the organizations that empower the next generation of community leaders and agriculturalists, and providing resources to help ensure the communities we live in are here for generations to come. At AgTegra Cooperative, local isn't just about where our locations are. It's about serving our farmers, our employees, and our communities in ways that nobody else will.
Hey Josie, why so glum, chum? I can't find a way to get my whole group to one spot without taking all these cars. You haven't heard of Denwall Transportation? They have luxury seating buses with air conditioning, outlets to charge your phone, and other must-haves for traveling. Whoa, no way! Yeah, you should check them out. Where can I find them? You can follow them on Facebook or denwalltransportation.com, or hey, let's give them a call at 605-532-3836. Denwall Transportation, let us do the driving.
Now's your chance for a great deal on smoking fast fiber internet from Venture Communications. Upgrade to the speed you need, up to 1 gig. And with whole home Wi-Fi included as part of your service, experience no-lag gaming, your favorite music, web surfing, HD video streaming, and connect to the latest smart devices. If you're ready for an upgrade, call or visit Venture Communications online.
Allied Plumbing and Heating is your contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor, and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies, such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Protect what matters most with the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, American Family Insurance. Our personalized insurance solutions ensure you're covered, no matter what life throws your way. From home and auto to farm, commercial, and life, we tailor policies to fit your unique needs. With our dedicated team and exceptional service, you'll have peace of mind knowing you're in good hands. Contact the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC.
Best of luck in today's competition to the Pierre Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy, your local agronomy experts. Black Sheep Agronomy wants you to have a successful farm plan, and they're focused on products and practices that work in this region. As community members themselves, Tyler, Tice, and Austin support area students who work hard in their school and extracurricular activities. Good luck, Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy. Call 842-6104 for all your agronomy needs.
Stay in a beautiful Black Hills vacation home, the Summit on Dancing Sky near Leeds, South Dakota, in the popular Powder House Pass development. It's a modern rustic design with over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, and 5 baths for you to enjoy. You'll get gorgeous views of the Terry Peak Mountain Range. There's a community pool to enjoy, and you're close to all the attractions like Deadwood, Sturgis, Spearfish, and a whole lot more. The Summit on Dancing Sky. Visit them at dancingsky.com.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Getting ready to
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Tickets and Overhead Door Company of Pierre. And by Rinky Gray Wealth Management, Avera Orthopedics, Capital City Ford, Lincoln Toyota, Kruger Contracting, Century Business Products, and the Brittany Shufflebine Agency, LLC. Coverage of Governor Sports also brought to you by Dakota Mart, Access Health, May Adam, TMA, Graham Tire, First Dakota National Bank, and Avera Health. And Governor Sports, also brought to you in part by Slumberland Furniture in Pierre, American Bank and Trust, the Pierre Regional Airport, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Ramkota Hotel, Xander Auto Parts, Ferding Electric, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Bauman Lumber, Wagner Auto, Kathy Sonnenschein Properties, and Black Hills Federal Credit Union of Pierre. Coverage of high school sports on River 92.7 is brought to you by these special in-game sponsors. Bank West, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Central Dakota Eye Care, Envirotech, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, by Comtech, Coca-Cola Bottling, Wealth Partners, Ameriprise Financial, Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg, Hermanson Endodontics, Cowboy Country Stores, and Gale's Gas Service in Pierre.
Now, Pierre Governor Basketball.
Turned up there. A very good Tuesday evening, everybody. Another night of high school basketball coming your way. Pierre Governor Basketball on the air as the Governors welcome in the T-Area Titans. The Titans come in 4-3 off of a loss on Saturday at the Sioux Falls Pentagon, where they played Western Christian out of Northwest Iowa. The Pierre Governors had an overtime loss, a very well played game. Also, Governors against the T-Area Titans for the first time ever on the basketball court. And we've got plenty to talk about right now. T-Area sophomore contest, 46-44 with 3:07 to play in the fourth quarter. The Pierre Canes were able to pull out a 46-39 win over the Titans tonight. Titans have been in the last number of years, and it's going to be a tough one coming up. this one on the way. Let's break for 3 minutes, and we'll come back and talk about it in our Bank West pregame show. Coming up, you're listening to Pierre Governors Basketball.
From the back afterwards, DJ Senix is a must before or after your travels. DJ Senix has a great selection of hot and cold snacks. They're second to none for your choice of hot or cold beverages too. And when you're heading out, be sure to fuel up with quality from the pumps at DJ's with 3 different grades. Back late? No problem. DJ's features pay at the pump convenience 24 hours a day. DJ Senix, 507 West Sioux and Pierre. Your choice for quality service and selection.
At Dakota Behavioral Health, we offer comprehensive mental health services, including medication management. With offices in Pierre and Winter, we provide in-person and telehealth appointments to fit your schedule. Whether you're managing anxiety, depression, stress, or other concerns, our compassionate team is here to help. We are currently accepting new clients, so take the first step for better mental health today. Call Dakota Behavioral Health at 605-702-6769 or visit dakotabh.com to schedule your appointment.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
With our new online loan application, you can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Oahe Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA.
The best way to get through winter is to start planning for spring. And Grossenberg has new Honda walk-behind self-propelled mowers in stock. 3 models to choose from, residential up to commercial grade, starting at $900. Each mower features a powerful, reliable Honda GVC 200 engine, cruise control, and roto-stop technology that allows you to step away from the mower without stopping the engine. Get ready for spring with a new Honda mower from Grossenberg. Stop by one of our 9 locations today or go to grossenberg.com for more details.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Todd Sandel today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box.
Welcome back to Riggs High Gym. Once again, Brian Oakland, and sometimes we use the term technical difficulties to describe operator or user error, and now that I've got my own technical difficulties taken care of, welcome back to Riggs High Gym. It's Governor Basketball and your official home of the Govs tonight, River 92.7 at drgnews.com, live streaming at drgnews.com and the River 92.7 page with the help of Brian Menning from our friends at Live Ticket. And you can watch this game as it's happening here at the gym with our coverage from Live Ticket. Again, you can also see it on your DRG News smartphone app and the River 92.7 page there as well. Should be a good one tonight. A Pierre Governor team that went overtime with Sioux Falls, Washington, 77-73 on Saturday. They lose that one as Washington hit a 3-point prayer to send it into overtime and then had the better end of it in the extra 4-minute frame on Saturday. I had to miss that game due to some personal obligations, also due to illness as it turned out, but we're looking forward to another great effort from that same group of Pierre Governors. If they can keep that offensive, especially offensive, but defensive intensity going in this one, they should have a pretty fun time with a T-area team who has been one of the cream of the crop type teams in Class A over the last 10 years or so. And they've had state championships in the last 10 years to put on in their trophy case, but Very good team as they make the jump to Class AA now that they've been playing a lot of AA teams for the last number of years. So it really is going to be a fun contest tonight. Could go down to the wire. You know, you look at that Sioux Falls, Washington game on Saturday with Pierre, a game that had a number of ties and lead changes throughout the game. Of course, they then went overtime. We might have the same type of contest here, depending on whether the same type of teams show up. T-Area played at the Sioux Falls Pentagon against Western Christian of Iowa on Saturday and suffered a 61-43 loss. Other than that, they've been playing very well against a pretty tough schedule so far, and they've been scoring a lot of points, especially 3-1 against South Dakota teams. They're 4-3 overall. They played Marshall, Minnesota. They played a Sioux City team already, in addition to Western Christian out of Iowa just this past weekend. But they're playing tight against the likes of O'Gorman and some other fine teams so far this year in the South Dakota high school boys basketball. So they're still just fine, even though they're at 4-3. The Governors seem like they're just fine, but they could really use some victories now. A 4-game losing streak after that overtime loss to the Warriors on Saturday. We'll talk about that coming up. Let's get into our pregame show. Pregame is brought to you by Bank West. It's Bank West for the best. Let's begin with the state of basketball in Class AA. By the way, now updating our sophomore game, 49-49. This one could be going into overtime as well. Who knows? There's 50 seconds to play in this sophomore contest. Pierre won the JV matchup 46-39. The way things are in the state of basketball, and before we do that, we'll remind everybody on the roads, especially during winter driving, to slow down because snow means slow. Slow down and drive for the conditions. We've all got someplace to be. The South Dakota Office of Highway Safety with that reminder. All right, this past weekend, T-Area, as we mentioned, here both playing but both losing on Saturday. A quick rundown of scores if you missed anything. On Friday, Brandon Valley beat Brookings in an ugly score, 59-19. Sioux Falls Lincoln over Aberdeen Central in Aberdeen, 67-49. It was Rapid City Central out west defeating Sioux Falls Jefferson, 57-46. Impressive win for the Cobblers there. Meanwhile, Sioux Falls Roosevelt beat Rapid City Stevens 59-47. Back east, it was O'Gorman over Watertown 79-48. Mitchell wins at Yankton 41-33. And out west again, Rapid City Christian defeated Sturgis 59-33. Then on Saturday, in addition to the Governor's overtime loss to Sioux Falls, Washington, T-Area falling at the Pentagon to Western Christian, Iowa. It was Huron defeating Harrisburg 69-64. And Watertown over Great Plains Lutheran. Watertown Class AA against Class A matchup, 58-36. Douglas won at Belle Fourche, 50-40. Douglas is going to be the next opponent for the Pierre Governors after tonight. That's 1 week from tonight out at Box Elder. Also out in Rapid City on Saturday, Roosevelt beat Rapid City Central 65-52. Sioux Falls Jefferson a winner by 1 at Rapid City Stevens. How about this score? 79-78. So that brings us into this week's action, starting with 5 games on tap tonight here. T-Area playing at Pierre. And by the way, it's 52-51 in the sophomore game with 17 seconds left. T-Area got a bucket to go up 2, and Pierre has been hitting threes at will, it seems, in this fourth quarter. And they just hit another one to go up 52-51. Now a free throw ties it. Pierre has the ball with 13 seconds left. A 52-52 tie. We'll see if they can get a basket to finish this one. They lose the dribble going into the lane. 4 seconds left, and T-Area asking for a timeout. They'll get it with 1.6 seconds left. So it is a fun one on the undercard here at Riggs High Gym. Tonight in AA at the varsity level, the Titans at the Governors. Also in the ESD, it's Aberdeen Central at Watertown. Mitchell will host Huron at the Corn Palace. In Sioux Falls, it's Lincoln at Jefferson, and also Washington hosting the O'Gorman Knights. By the way, the standings as they are, the power rankings on the South Dakota High School Activities Association website have Sioux Falls Lincoln at the top. They are 6-0. Mitchell at 6-1. The two 2 seed right now. Harrisburg 4-2, Brandon Valley 5-1, and O'Gorman is 5-2. Washington, off of their overtime win here at Riggs on Saturday, is 5-2. There is one other undefeated team in Class AA, but they are the 7th seed right now. That is Spearfish, and that somewhat Class A schedule not helping the Spartans, but they did look good when they played here back before the Christmas break. And Huron is 4-2. By the way, Spearfish is 6-0. Huron 4-2 is the 8 seed. T Area comes into tonight as a 9 seed overall at 4-3, followed by Sioux Falls, Jefferson, Watertown, Roosevelt, Sturgis, and then Rapid City Stevens, and you find Pierre 2-4 in the 15 spot right now. And Rapid City Central 2-5 at the 16. The 4 on the outside looking in of the would-be Sodak 16 are Yankton, Douglas, Aberdeen Central, and the Govs will see them 2 weeks from tonight. And then Brookings still looking for their first win of the season. They are 0-6, the only winless team in Class AA. Gave you the 5 games that are going tonight. T Area will be playing Friday night as well, and they'll be hosting Sioux Falls Roosevelt. Then they host Aberdeen Central on Saturday night. And again, the Governors have their only game of the week tonight, and then their next contest will be at Douglas next Tuesday. They'll also have a matchup at Brandon Valley on Thursday of next week. Governor girls not playing tonight. They'll play T Area in February down in T. And so it's just a boys contest tonight. The crowd is showing. Once again, the pep band, you can hear them. The student body section is filling up. Boy, it's great to see an awful lot of people coming out here and supporting the Pierre Governors as this sophomore game is indeed going to overtime. The Governors got a steal on that inbound pass, T Area, and it is 52-52. So with the boys version of the state of basketball in Class AA, we'll take a look at the girls' state of basketball as well, see how things are shaping up as we get further into January now. But we'll do that after this 3-minute timeout. More of our Bank West pregame show continues. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
From the early days, a place to lock up money. It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
At Ringneck Energy, their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
Ready to Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Good one so far here, 59-54, though. Pierre's sophomores lead after the Titans miss a shot with 2 minutes left. Pierre has the basketball, looking to pad an overtime lead. We'll continue with our coverage of the state of basketball here into this next week of high school basketball in South Dakota, checking on how the girls are doing. And as the Governor boys were in an overtime thriller here at Riggs High Gym, the Governor girls went down to Sioux Falls, and for one half of basketball, they gave the Washington Warriors a heck of a battle. They were trailing by 2. I believe it was 35-33 at halftime against a very good Warrior team. In fact, a Warrior team that is now 7-0, but the much taller Washington squad pulled away in that second half. They beat the Governor girls 74-53. Meanwhile, T-Area's girls played as well. Also at the Pentagon, they played Sioux Center, Iowa, and fell 49-43. Other action on Saturday had Harrisburg winning at Huron by 1, 54-53. And also out west, it was Sioux Falls Roosevelt winning at Rapid City Central 39-35. And Rapid City Stevens 59-40 winners over Sioux Falls Jefferson. Belle Fourche a winner over Douglas 59-21. So the updated standings right now, power rankings still have defending champion O'Gorman still unbeaten. They're 6-0. Sioux Falls, Washington now 7-0 after their win over Pierre. Rapid City Stevens, the 3 seed, they're already 8-1. They played a lot of basketball so far this year, all things considered. Brandon Valley is 5-1. Spearfish 4-2. Their girls continue to play well also. Aberdeen Central is 5-1 in the 6th spot, followed by Harrisburg and Brookings, both 4-2. Then in the bottom half of the top 16, it's Mitchell at 5-2. Pretty good record for a 9 seed. Also, Sioux Falls Roosevelt 3-4. Governors are right now in the 11th spot. They've won 3 and lost 3. And again, sitting at number 11, followed by Huron, Watertown, Sioux Falls Jefferson, then T-Area, who is 3-5 so far on the season after their loss on Saturday. Sturgis is the 16 seed. They are 2-3 so far. Teams on the outside looking in are Sioux Falls Lincoln, Yankton, Rapid City Central, and Douglas. Lincoln with 1 win this year. Yankton, Rapid City, and Douglas are all winless in 6 to 8 games for each of those teams so far. So still plenty of basketball to go, but believe it or not, some of these teams are starting to hit their midpoint. Of course, T-Area plays their 8th game of the night here for boys. The Governors will play their 7th contest of the season in a 20-game regular season. Tonight's schedule in girls basketball, well, the T girls are in action, but they're playing at Sioux Falls Roosevelt. Huron, and if there's T-Area fans listening along, we'll certainly keep you updated on scores if we get any here throughout the broadcast tonight. We'll keep tabs on the T-Area girls as the Governor girls not playing this evening. Meanwhile, Huron is at the Corn Palace for a doubleheader. Watertown is at Aberdeen Central tonight. O'Gorman plays at Sioux Falls, Washington. And I like this game. Brandon Valley is at Crofton, Nebraska. Crofton has been, for years, been a kind of a girls basketball power in the northeast part of the state of Nebraska, just across the river from Yankton. But Brandon Valley playing Crofton, Nebraska tonight. One game on Thursday has T-Area in action again when the Lady Titans will host Sioux Falls Jefferson. Governor girls didn't, they again played on Saturday, but they've got this entire week off. They won't play again until 1 week from tonight when they host the Douglas Patriots in a game that'll be on KGFX 1060 AM 103.1 FM. Here now with a 61-59 lead in this sophomore game. 20 seconds counting down in overtime. And again, a timeout. Coaches were vehemently asking for a timeout. Sometimes when you only have two officials doing a game, it's tough in a noisy arena to get their attention. 18 seconds left now. That's the state of basketball, part of our Bank West pregame show, and your official voice for Pierre Governor basketball, River 92.7 and drgnews.com. We've got plenty more still to come. Another 3-minute break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the upcoming schedule for Pierre Governor Athletics, and some of that going to be here on River 92.7 as well. That's next. This is Pierre Governor Sports, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
This is Tide Machinery's Service Technician Apprenticeship Program is designed for anyone wishing to become a diesel mechanic working on Case IH equipment through full-time, on-the-job training. Enjoy hands-on work experience, learn from factory-trained service experts, and apply your knowledge from school directly to your work with this unique program opportunity. Become a titan in the industry and grow with a dealership that invests in you at Titan Machinery, Highmore, Miller, and Pierre, your local Case IH dealer. Visit titanmachinery.com/careers to learn more.
The Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Rapid City supports all South Dakota student-athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramkota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses, and quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box.
Capital City, as our sophomore game comes to an end, 65-61, the final, as Pierre wins it in overtime. Taking a look at what's coming up in Governor Sports in basketball, we've talked about the next games after tonight for both boys and girls are games against the Douglas Patriots. The boys will be on the road at Box Elder. The girls, who are not playing tonight, will be right here at Riggs High Gym against Douglas. They'll also have a home game against Brandon Valley on Thursday next week, while the boys will be on the road that same night. So the boys at Douglas and at Brandon Valley next week. The girls hosting Douglas and Brandon Valley on Tuesday and Thursday. Taking a look at the wrestling schedule, our next broadcast after tonight on River 92.7 will be from Watertown. The Watertown Arrows host the Governor girls and boys wrestlers. We'll have coverage of that coming up here on River 92.7, and I'm going to assume or estimate about a 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock wrestling time. But if anything goes like it did our last duel last Thursday against Aberdeen Central, hopefully there won't be so many JV matches in that one coming up, but we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. Hope you can join us for Governor Wrestling from Watertown on Thursday night. And the Governor girls will then go to Harrisburg for a girls' invitational on Friday night. And then both girls and boys wrestlers will be at the Jerry Opbrook Invitational in Mitchell on Saturday. So the Mitchell invite coming up this weekend. Gymnastics has a duel coming up this Saturday in their next competition, and that'll be against Just Hot Springs at 11 o'clock. That'll be at the admin building behind McDonald's in Pierre, starting at 11 o'clock on Saturday, and then gymnastics at Aberdeen with a duel on Monday of next week at 4 o'clock. And Oahe Capitals hockey is in action coming up this weekend. In fact, the boys have 3 games in 3 days on the road, as they'll be in Watertown Friday night, at Brookings on Saturday night, and then they'll play Brandon Valley on Sunday afternoon. The girls actually have this week off, and they won't play until Saturday, January 25th at Aberdeen. So continued best of luck to the Oahe Capitals hockey teams, in addition to the rest of Governor Sports. That's our look at Governor Sports here in our Bank West pregame show. Well, our pregame in between games is underway now, and it's a big night, as it is Teacher Appreciation Night. All of the Governor players and cheerleaders are honoring some of their favorite teachers in their growing up years, or in their time in Pierre at the very least. And every player coming out and being recognized with their favorite teacher, and why they are their favorite teacher. Always a special night when they do things like this. Big crowd here at Riggs High Gym. There's still room for more. Come on out, as we've got Governor basketball coming up. One more 3-minute timeout, and we've got Keys to Success coming up. The Keys are brought to you by the folks at Central Dakota Eye Care. We'll hear from Drew Weber of the T-Area Titans a little bit later on. We start our Keys to Success in 3 minutes with Brianna Kusler, the head coach of the Pierre Governors. With more on the way, your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Superior. For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
DRG Media Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Kenols wants to run again, and he's got room. 40, 30, foot race to the 10, 5, and a touchdown. Pierre will come back and set up Avery Kaiser on the outside left through the block, and that's down.
The official voice of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7, and also at the River 92.7 page of the DRG News app, brought to you by Golden Buffalo and drgnews.com.
Briggs Trucking and Construction in Fort Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848 or email them at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
Scott Darnell with Lee Real Estate in Pierre is ready to help you find your dream home. There are 10 things you need to do to buy or sell your home. Number 1, call him at 605-220-2676, and he'll handle the other 9. As your resident realtor on a bike, he will make buying or selling your home feel like a walk in the park, not an Ironman triathlon. Find him on Facebook or email scott@LeeRealEstatePierre.com. Lee Real Estate and Scott are proud sponsors of Central South Dakota Youth Sports and Events broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Lucky for
Back
us.
to the Oahe Federal Credit
Third straight home game for the Govs to start the new year before 3 in a row on the road. Coach, this last one on Saturday against Sioux Falls, Washington, a game that I'm sure on paper you probably were a pretty good underdog. It's the team that beat you in the Sodak 16 last year. They haven't lost a whole heck of a lot. You just played just a whale of a ball game, and unfortunately they hit a buzzer beater at the end of overtime or at the end of regulation, and they just get you in overtime. But you had to feel pretty good despite the loss about how well you played against a Metro team, but also one of the top, I'd say, 5 or 6 teams in the state.
Yeah, we're not one for moral victories, but at the same token, there's a lot to be said about and a lot of positive takeaways from that game. Of course, we would love it to be a win for that, but there was still a lot of wins to take away from it. We outboarded them by 10. We had 17 offensive boards, which is outstanding. That's just, being intentional about getting yourself to the glass and just pursuing the ball. And that's something that we've got to continue to carry over. And then another really positive takeaway was our how many shots we took. And that was, we took 63, 4 of those were in overtime, so 59 in regulation, which before that we hadn't even broken into the 50s for how many shots we took in a game. So we were in the 40s for every other game. And that was something we had challenged the boys with, was we've got to put more shots up. Part of that is our pursuit on the offensive glass. That gives us second, third chance opportunities. You're able to capitalize on some of those. But we also just had a lot of kids who they were just prepared to shoot. They did the job before they caught the ball. We had other guys that were great at facilitating, being able to locate open guys. And so I just thought that both defensively and offensively, things were moving a lot better than what we had been. And the boys, of course, nobody's happy, excited after you lose, but you could tell that they were feeling okay afterward, just because they felt like we made a lot of progress. I talked afterward about, we want to be making steps to be peaking at the right moment. And I felt like for the last couple of games, we were kind of stagnant, maybe regressing just slightly, but that we made some leaps on Saturday. And unfortunately, we don't have a win to show for it, but there were a lot of things. They did about everything right in order to win, except do that.
Well, that kind of an effort and that kind of performance is still going to win you a lot of games. Maybe tonight, although this is a tough one too, T area. I think over the last 10 years, I would say, outside of maybe a Sioux Falls Christian, I don't know if there's been a more consistent Class A program. Now that they move up to Class AA, they're ready to go, and this is another great test for you.
Yeah, they're not new to AA necessarily, other than, yes, their classification. They've played a AA at least half of their schedule's been predominantly AA, and that's something that has certainly helped them to be an elite Class A team, and so we're going to have to be prepared to play. This is no small foe by any means, and it's kind of the old respect all, fear none. We've got to continue to go and approach things with an aggressive mindset from ourselves, establish ourselves defensively, and make sure that's where our identity reigns. And when we play solid defensively with the athletes that we've got, good things happen because our offense just flows that much better. Looking to push the tempo, but it's not a familiar opponent, but at the end of the day, it's another opportunity to get out there, and I know our guys will be ready.
And if you can play that same tempo that you hope to play, do you feel on Saturday that you were able to control the tempo against Washington, or were they playing kind of the same tempo as you were?
No, I did feel like we were able to control some things, defensively in our 2-3, which is something that we've been continuing to work on and looking to perfect that as much as possible. Our guys, they did a great job of locating shooters, which was an area that we had been struggling, especially man-to-man, was being able to contain and locate shooters on the perimeter. So that was kind of a swap where this matchup zone a little bit, it causes some problems just because it is a little bit of man-to-man principles, but then it's tough because you're not able to attack the way that you normally would like to against man-to-man, and especially a team like T who really prioritize their dribble drive and looking to get themselves in the lane. You'll see against the zone, they're going to look to attack it as much as possible off of the bounce, and that's something that we've got to make sure that we're still containing, whether we're man or zone.
All right, Coach, it's going to be fun. Go get them, all right?
Thank you.
There's Brianna Kuzler, the head coach of the Pierre Governors. Their coach's comments and keys to success are sponsored by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. We'll step aside, hear from Central Dakota Eye Care, and we're back with Drew Weber, the head coach of the T-Area Titans. Keys to success continue. This is Governor Basketball.
Did you know 16 million Americans suffer from dry eye? Hi, this is Dr. Nick Marso of Central Dakota Eye Care. Along with providing comprehensive eye exams evaluating vision and health of your eyes, we now offer IPL dry eye treatments. OptiLight IPL is a new, innovative light therapy treatment for dry eye and is FDA approved. Also available at our clinic are dry eye products and supplements. Call us today, 224-6128 for more information and to schedule an appointment. Central Dakota Eye Care, 640 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Better vision for a great life.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety. River 92.7, KGFX FM, Pierre. Drive sober or get pulled over.
All right, here we go. Another round of keys to success with the visiting head coach, Drew Weber of the T-Area Titans here. Coach, off to a 4-3 start this season, but as I look at your schedule, it's 3-1 against South Dakota teams now. Last time you played was Saturday at the Pentagon. Pretty good Western Christian out of northwestern Iowa team that got you, but it's really the first time I think that somebody must have defended you pretty well, because you've been scoring a lot of points in your first 7 games otherwise.
We have. We've had we play at a pretty high tempo, so we're getting a lot of possessions. Western Christian's a different animal. We've been playing them for years. They're one of the better programs in the area. They're a great team, a lot of length, and that really caused us some issues. We had 20 turnovers. We don't typically turn the ball over very often. We had 20 that night, and most of them came when we're driving to the lane, and we just couldn't pass out of their length. So that was one that's we're just flushing and hopefully can move on out of there. Offensively, we have had some really good spurts at times, and we've had some not so good at spurts at times. And sometimes it just really just comes down to shots going in. We've had halves where we didn't shoot well. Marshall was a really good example. Marshall, Minnesota, another really good team. We shot 3 of 25 that night from 3, and we had all the opportunities in the world to still beat a really good Marshall team. So, that's kind of what we have with the young group. We got a lot of skill. Guys that are learning just the difference of the varsity level at times, and that's shown. But I like the team that we have right now. We're further along than I thought we'd be, but we got a gauntlet of the last 13 games left. So we got to keep improving, keep moving forward, and hopefully we can start that tonight.
Hearing that description of your team and knowing the type of offensive capability you have, I know you've got one big guy on your roster, but a lot of 6'1", 6'3s. Obviously, it's a lot of quickness. And do you rely on
more on transition or kicking out and really knocking down threes, or do you have a good inside game going on?
Yeah, we can play in transition. It's difficult at this AA, especially in the metro area with the size and the speed of the team, like the style of play that those teams play. We're not necessarily somebody that tries to rely completely on transition. The biggest thing for us offensively is just not settling, making the defense have to work, player movement, ball movement. When we do that at a high level, we can score and we can be real efficient. But we're not a very big team. We're not going to score a lot of back to the basket types, but we do really emphasize getting the ball inside and kind of using that to our advantage in ways of movement, sinking the defense and things like that. So we're not a big team, but we really emphasize that post presence and having some of it, whether that be a guard or a post, getting the ball down there.
All right, Pierre Governors tonight, a team that took Washington to overtime, and maybe they had their chances, but a team that doesn't have the record. But you got to be feeling a little more respectful of what they'll bring to the table tonight after seeing the game, as I know you did from Saturday.
Yeah, they played tremendously against Washington. Should have won. Washington had to hit a miracle 3 to end regulation to send it to overtime. That was a very tough break, and I know that Pierre is much better than the record shows, especially when they play at home. They've been good at home. They beat the 2 Rapid Cities at home. They played the team out of Bismarck at home, fairly well, really good team, really athletic team. And then Washington, of course, is a team that's a top 5 team in AA. So we know coming in here, it's going to be difficult, tough place to play. And the team in Pierre, that's got to be feeling pretty good about the way they played here these last couple. So the Olsen kid's going to be huge, keeping him out of the middle of the paint and not allowing him to create all of their offense when we're in scramble mode will be a real big key to the game, probably the biggest key to the game for us.
All right. And of course, other things, rebounding, turnovers, anything else? What do you got for Pierre?
Yeah, rebounding will be big. Both teams are not very big, but both teams really get after the offensive rebounds, play really hard, and we just got to do the little things better than they do the little things, the hustle plays, the box outs, the getting to the free throw line, all those cliche terms really are going to come into play tonight and throughout the season.
Yeah, and you're an old Cologne guy, so welcome to the green court once again.
That's right. I won a lot of games on the green court at the Cologne, so hopefully green is good to me tonight.
All right, Coach. Nice to see you. Good luck tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you.
That's Drew Weber, the head coach of the T-Area Titans. This is his 6th year coaching the Titans. Before that, as we just talked about at the end of that chat, he was the coach of the Cologne Cowboys. And I like to bring this up because one of the things coming up this weekend is the Jones County Invitational Tournament down in Murdo. That tournament for many years has been owned by the White River Tigers, who have been to the state B basketball tournament for 20 years. Tigers actually are struggling this year, but over that 20-year run, I think White River has won the Jones County Invite 19 out of 20 times as well. The one year they didn't win was about 7 years ago, the final year of Coach Drew Weber's tenure at Cologne, when his Cowboys upset the White River Tigers. So, yeah, they had some good teams. Drew Weber, he's a great guy. We had a great chat even after our interview earlier this evening. Fun guy to talk to, and we wish them the best of luck. Well, maybe not so much tonight, but for the rest of this season. Coverage of the Jones County Invitational this weekend, by the way, in its entirety on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on DRG Media Group's KPLO 94.5 FM and 100.5 in Pierre and Fort Pierre. I'll actually be down there to help the call of the games on Saturday with that one. Coach Weber's comments and keys to success brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. Let's break for 2 minutes this time, around 2 minutes, and we are back with the starting lineups as our Bank West pregame continues. It's Pierre and T-Area coming up on River 92.7.
Life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Dakota Pro Air is a locally family-owned business that has been taking care of farmers' aerial needs since 2020. With locations in Letcher and Miller, Dakota Pro Air is able to provide service to a large area. Ground conditions too wet, or just don't want those sprayer tracks in your field? Give Dakota Pro Air a call for all your chemical and fertilizer application needs at 605-248-2314.
Olson Plumbing in Pierre provides complete plumbing and drain cleaning services to commercial and residential customers. Olson Plumbing understands how the simple things in life are often the things we can't live without, and running water is the top of the list. Olson Plumbing offers 24/7 emergency services, and they can be at your location in under an hour in most cases. If you need help with your plumbing system, call Olson Plumbing 605-224-6436.
You asked for it. Nonstop flights between Pierre and Minneapolis. Now you can book nonstop flights from Pierre to Minneapolis and Denver on Denver Air Connection. 1-hour flights on 50-passenger jets with fares starting at just $119 one way. Seats are limited and restrictions apply. Business, pleasure, a game, a winter getaway. It's easy when you fly from Pierre. Visit DenverAirConnection.com/Expedia to book your trip today. Skip the drive. Fly from Pierre Regional Airport. Minneapolis flights begin November 30th.
In a world that's back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union press box.
Bank West pregame continues, and once again with the sophomore game going overtime, we end with teacher appreciation in between games. We are starting right now about a half an hour behind the normal 7 o'clock start time. I'm Brian Oakland. It's time for the starting lineups in this one. Starters brought to you by Envirotech in Pierre. Let's meet the T-Area Titans here as Pierre and T-Area play each other on the hardwood for the first time ever. Starting at one guard is Marshall Smythe. He's a 6'3" junior, a very talented freshman in the backcourt as well. Mitch Grant, he is a 6-footer. Griffin Wiebenga is a forward. He'll start as a sophomore. He is 6'3". Jackson Merrigan, a 6'3" senior, is a forward. And, one other guard, Gavin Schad, a third guard, 6-foot sophomore. So Schad joins Grant and Smythe in the backcourt, Griffin Wiebenga and Jackson Merrigan the front court, a pair of forwards for the T-Area Titans. 4-3 on the season. Couple of names off the bench will include Cole McKinney, a 5'11" senior, Rylan Norris, a 6-foot senior, and Caden Williamson, a 6'3" junior. Titans, as mentioned, 4-3 on the season. Drew Weber, their head coach. He is assisted by Clay Robinson, Taylor Becker, and Cade Stearns. Envirotech brings us the starting lineups. We'll meet the Governors once again after this from Envirotech in Pierre.
Envirotech makes life a little bit simpler. No matter what the circumstances, no matter what is handed to you, Envirotech has you covered. One call is all it takes to have easy setup, easy pickup, and easy payment. Call Envirotech at 224-4804 or use their website to pay your bill online at envirotechwaste.com. Use the mobile app Waste Connect. Check their website or receive a robocall for collection schedule due to weather or holidays. Envirotech has you covered.
Envirotech starters for the Pierre Governors, the same as they've had all season long. At a guard is Luke Olson, 5'11" and a senior, 24 points and double-digit assists. I think a dozen assists in that game against Washington. I thought he had more rebounds, but he told me he had 7 on Saturday afternoon. Olson's got to be big today. Dawson gets the shooting guard. Going to look for big things today, as well as 6'3" senior. You've got Sawyer Sonnenschein, the third guard, 5'8" and a senior. The forwards are Eladio Simmental, the 6'1" senior, and Corday Austin, the 6'3" junior for the Governors. Austin, Sonnenschein, Simmental, Getz, and Olson, the starting 5. The reserves will be Caden Aharts, Lincoln Dilges, Carter Schuffelbein, and Sutton Sonnenschein, among others, for head coach Brianna Kuzler in the 2 and 4 Pierre Governors. Coach Kuzler assisted by Skip Kurth, Brevin Kaiser, Cooper Hartley, and Craig Allman. Your starting lineups from Envirotech in Pierre. And our other starting lineup is the naming of today's game officials. We affectionately refer to them as the law on the court, as they're sponsored by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office and their Division of Consumer Protection, and licensed by the South Dakota High School Activities Association to officiate high school basketball. Tonight's game officials are Andy Deinert, Jordan Gow, and Scott Sonny, a group that hails from the Mount Vernon, Mitchell, Alexandria,
area. Andy Deinert, Jordan Gauss, Scott Sonny, veteran officiating crew. Thanks, guys, for being our law on the court. We always thank our game officials for doing what is very oftentimes a thankless job in officiating high school sports. Misters Deinert, Gow, and Sonny, the law on the court from the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Consumer Protection Division. They're playing the teasing video still on the board here. Otherwise, everybody's ready for our national anthem here at Riggs High Gym. Governors and T-Area Titans, biggest crowd of the year. The girls are not playing tonight. That kind of contributes to it, but we welcome you to Riggs High Gym. We'll hear from the Attorney General's office, and we'll pause for 3 minutes, and we'll be tipping this thing off when we come back. Pierre Governor Basketball, your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7, DRGnews.com.
Every day, to the Oahe Federal Credit
Your
Union
journey
Press
matters.
Box. Oahe Federal
And
Credit
at Iverson
Union,
Auto Group,
people are worth
we're here to
more
get you
than-
on the road with a great selection of new and used vehicles and trailers, and keep you on the road with top-notch service, maintenance, and support. Every mile of your journey, the experienced team at Iverson Auto in Mitchell and Huron are here to help. Visit us in Mitchell and Huron or start your search at iversonauto.com to begin your journey today.
At Jan Bussey Ford & Highmore, they've been building partnerships for life by treating customers right, offering a low-pressure sales process, no haggling over price, passing low overhead savings on, and providing a Ford-certified service department fixing it right the very first time. If you're looking for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, a new or used ATV, or a trailer, stop by Jan Bussey Ford & Highmore and experience the difference.
Jan Bussey Ford, building partnerships for life.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Being local means more than being just another small-town business. It means showing up for our member owners when they need us, supporting the organizations that empower the next generation of community leaders and agriculturalists, and providing resources to help ensure the communities we live in are here for generations to come. At AgTegra Cooperative, local isn't just about where our locations are. It's about serving our farmers, our employees, and our communities in ways that nobody else will.
Hey, Josie. Back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box.
The Governors have yet to be announced. We continue with our Bank West pregame show. And once again, our coverage of Governor sports this week as the Governors on the air tonight. And we'll mention also the Governor girls not on the road at T-Area tonight. They will play at T-Area up in February in a game that'll be here on River 92.7, but that's a little bit later on this season. Our only other coverage of Pierre Sports this week will be Thursday when we follow the Governor wrestlers to Watertown girls and boys matches and coverage from the Civic Arena. Thursday night starting at about 6:30. Our opening tip is next. It's brought to you by Comtech, their communication and electronic sales and service on the bottom of the truck bypass in Pierre. Let's hear from them. We tip it off when we come back to the gym. You're listening to Governor Basketball.
Comtech has your technology solutions. Check out their showroom located right off the truck route on Irwin Street. Come in and see what you've been missing. A large selection of TVs, sound systems, and smart speakers, PCs, desktops, and tablets, home and business security and telecommunication systems. Comtech is your all-in-one solution for any technology needs. Wishing all athletes the best of luck in today's competition. Comtech. Come see what you've been missing.
Comtech and Pierre with the opening tip coming up in just a few moments. It'll be T-Area and the Governors. T-Area is out ready to go. They wear Road Navy with white numbers and gold trim. They'll head right to left as you follow the action. You can watch it at drgnews.com and the River 92.7 page or on your DRG News app. The Governors in home white with the green numbers and trim heading left to right. Andy Deinert will toss it up. It'll be Eladio Simmental against Jackson Merrigan, and your Comtech opening tip is controlled by Simmental, tipping to Dawson Getz, and the Governors are off and running. Looking to strike first here as Olsen had it on the right wing. Gets it into Simmental. He'll spin. Quick move, but he cannot get the finger roll to go. Titans down with the rebound and a quick reach foul that'll go to the Governors here. And Sawyer Sonnenschein trying to knock it away as he heads back up the court. First whistle of the night. 20 seconds in. No score, but the Governors missing on a pretty good look from Eladio Simmental. They'll get hopefully more of those and some more high percentage shot opportunities. First drive to the baseline, no good. Nothing there for Gavin Shaw. They'll swing it all the way around. Quick ball movement from the left baseline, and the layup is up and in for Mitch Grant. And we mentioned, used the word talented and kind of a standout player. He's just a freshman, but he certainly will be one to watch. The 6-footer gets that layup to go. Titans strike first at 2-0. Here's Dawson Getz. Left alone, but his 3-ball rims in and out, no good. Another rebound is down to Merrigan, and the Titans will be looking to run. But they'll lose it, and Sonnenschein will pick it up, and a good job of court awareness there as the Governors get their first takeaway of the night. Here's Luke Olsen trying to tie it up, and he does. Olsen faking left and spinning right. He'll kiss it off the glass. Good for two. And we've got a 2-2 tie. Kick it outside, now underneath. Merrigan has to get out from underneath the basket. He does. He gets a left-handed hook up and in. Gavin Shaw with the assist, and it's 4-2. Titans back in front. Titans showing some presence in the full court. Looked like a 1-2-2. Now they sag back into the regular defense. Get past Olsen across the way, far side to near. Dawson gets second time's a charm tonight. The 3-ball is good. The Governors lead 5-4. Down it goes to Merrigan, trying to hit it to the cutter, and then Corday Austin gets a hand on it, and then the cutter himself, Marshall Smythe, the last to touch as it goes out of bounds. And the Governors will get it again, 5-4 leading, 2 minutes in to our first period of play. Again, we started a little bit late because of a late sophomore game that went to overtime, plus teacher appreciation festivities before game time here tonight at Riggs High. Here's Olsen. He wants another one. This time top of the key. It's off the front of the rim. Merrigan there with his third rebound, but Sawyer Sonnenschein took it right away, but Sawyer unable to hit one from point-blank range. Down on the backside to Smythe, looking to go the distance. No, it is taken away. The steal for Simmental. Loose ball into the hands of Olsen. He'll body up against the defender, but he can't get it to fall. And the rebound is down to T-Area again. Still 5-4 Governors. Merrigan gets the pass from the wing in front of the Governor bench from Smythe. He'll be reached in upon and fouled right away. Luke Olsen will pick up his first personal foul and the Governor's second team foul. Fast start. Two teams that really want to push tempo. These are my favorite kind of games as long as I can keep up with them from a vocal standpoint. This is going to be a traveling violation. Smythe from the left elbow tried to split defenders. He stepped in between them, then lost the ball, but he is called for travel. That's 4 turnovers already here for T-Area. They trail 5-4. Pass from Simmental, who finds Sonnenschein across the timeline now with the numbers. The Governors had it, but Olsen, I thought he was going to go up for a left side layup, but he kicked it out to Dawson Getz, who was open for 3. Getz fires, but that's blocked out of bounds, and the Govs will inbound to your right. From underneath, Olsen has to push it out. Getz with a one-hand receive. He'll hand off to Sonnenschein. Student body is well populated tonight. It's jersey night for them. Here comes Olsen on the move into the paint, but looking for Getz, and that pass is knocked away. This will be the first takeaway by the Titans. On the steal for Mitch Grant. Underneath, Grant gets it back on the kick out from Merrigan. He'll find Smythe. T area resets. The Governors have been really using this 2-3 zone very well lately, and they're employing it again here tonight to start. Here's Griffin Weebinga. First time we mentioned him tonight. He tries to cut it back or pass it back to the cutter, and he feeds it to Jackson Merrigan. Merrigan fouled by Sonnenschein on the way up, and Sonny picking up his second personal foul. So free throws a chance here for Merrigan, and the lefty puts the first one up and in. 5-5, we tie. Sonnenschein will check out with that second personal foul. Carter Shufflebein, the first sub in for the Governors. Shufflebein, the 5'10 sophomore. Chance for T area to take the lead once again here. Merrigan's free throw, no good though. It's off the back of the rim, but a long-armed offensive rebound to keep it alive. Pulled down by Mitch Grant. Now on the near side, Merrigan. And Gavin Shaw there. Merrigan with it back again. Now he'll yield to Smythe. Here is Grant. Inside, outside. Merrigan for three from the right corner, no good. Olsen underneath. That one just barely hit the front rim. Olsen, who's been doing a lot of rebounding lately, he drives, and all of a sudden there's contact, but no whistle. Governor fans will get restless on that. Meanwhile, Marshall Smythe takes it to the low block. He'll kick it out. Weebinga off the glass for three. Are you kidding me? Griffin Weebinga hits the first one from long range for the Titans. They'll take the lead back here at 8-5. First quarter, 3:25 to go. Over pursuit on the pass to the near side, but Shufflebein, a short pass taken away by Gavin Shaw. He wants to go the distance, but he will not make the layup, which was contested. Olsen, meanwhile, does go the distance off of the rebound, and he'll lay it up and in on the right side. Govs back within one at 8-7. 3-minute mark of quarter number one. Here's Gavin Shaw in front of the Governor bench. Up to Grant. Back to Shaw in the corner. Brianna Kuzler looking for a foul away from the basket. That won't come. Neither will the shot for Shaw. Olsen's up with his third rebound already here in the first period. Now Corday Austin with it. Left side from Shufflebein. Up to Getz. Simmental, the Governor slowing it down just a bit until Olsen fires with space from the right wing. That one's off the mark, no good. Shaw rebounds. A lot of those so far for the Titans. Pierre only with three. Weebinga this time, he swishes it. He banked the last one. This time, no problem. Made it look a little bit easier. Griffin Weebinga back-to-back triples, and it's 11-7. Titans by 4. T area. Probably their longest road trip of the year. Here's Corday Austin. He wants the answer from the right corner. Good-looking shot attempt, but it's in and out, no good. Rebound is down to Merrigan, and now Gavin Shaw with it once again. Titans move quickly. Smythe from the free throw line. That one's high off the glass, no good. Kept alive and into the hands of Gavin Shaw. It's up and good for two, and a timeout is taken by the Pierre Governors. 13-7, T area leads. Timeouts in our broadcast are brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling. Grab a Coke. Be back in a quick 30-second break. This is Pierre Governor basketball.
Come on, chum. I can't find a way to get my whole group to one spot without taking all these cars. You haven't heard of Denwall Transportation? They have luxury seating buses with air conditioning, outlets to charge your phone, and other must-haves for traveling. Whoa, no way! Yeah, you should check them out. Where can I find them? You can follow them on Facebook or denwalltransportation.com, or hey, let's give them a call at 605-532-3836. Denwall Transportation, let us do the driving.
Now back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union press box.
Welcome back to Riggs High Gym. Here, Governor Basketball and your official voice of the Govs River 92.7, and brought to you in part by helping Pierre Sports marketing partners who include All Around Graphics, American Bank and Trust, Anderson Rumsa Dental, Capital City Campus, Olinger Law Firm, Eisberg Funeral Home, Guadalajara Mexican Restaurant, and us, James River Broadcasting and DRG Media Group. Ryan Oakland with a play-by-play. The Governor's trying to right the ship a little bit out of the timeout, and a Carter Shufflebein feed to Dawson Getz, who puts a floater up in the lane and down his fourth and fifth points, and the Governors trail by 4, 13-9. T area off of a Luke Olson tipped pass, keeping the possession alive. Here's a three for Smythe. That's no good. Backside, pulled down by Mitch Grant. And a second chance. Here's a three up top, and this one is good. As Grant feeds back to Smythe, that's the third 3 in 4 tries lately, third out of 6 overall in the first period for the Titans, who lead by 7. Now Lincoln Dilgis on the floor out of the timeout, fed by Getz. As Simmental fights for a rebound that he won't get. He fouls Rylan Norris, a 6-foot senior who checked in also for T area during that timeout. And Eladio Simmental will pick up his first personal foul. That's 4 as a team for the Governors. They are 1 away from bonus for the Titans, who have yet to commit a team foul in this first period. But we are in the final minute, 50 seconds to go. 16-9 T area. Team that's knocking down the shots, especially from outside so far this evening. Here's Norris as he'll go down to the left corner on the pass. Caden Williamson in there now too. And the third sub, Cole McKinney, drives baseline, kicks it back into the middle of the paint. Smythe, though, up no good. Corday Austin will get his first rebound, and Pierre will slow it up. They can play for the last shot. Shot clock off with 20 ticks to go. Olsen in the green center circle, ranging to his left. Sometimes you might say it's Luke Olsen time. He'll get the screen from Dilgis. Stops at the right elbow, loses his dribble, and then had to get it away. Caden Aharts back to Olsen for 3 at the buzzer. It's good. Luke Olsen, boy, it wasn't pretty, but he got it to go. 7 points for the senior in the first quarter, but it's T area who will take the 4-point advantage to the second period on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard. T area 16 and the Pierre Governors 12. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We pause for 60 seconds in quarter number 2. Coming up next, you're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball, your official home of the Governors, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
Thinking on smoking fast fiber internet from Venture Communications. Upgrade to the speed you need, up to 1 gig. And with whole home Wi-Fi included as part of your service, experience no-lag gaming, your favorite music, web surfing, HD video streaming, and connect to the latest smart devices. If you're ready for an upgrade, call or visit Venture Communications online.
Allied Plumbing and Heating is your contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box.
Fun first quarter. Welcome back. 16-12. A reined-in 3 by Luke Olsen to cut a 7-point deficit down to 4. The T area leads 16-12, and they've got the basketball as we start our second period of play. Brian Oakland with a play-by-play. Brian Menning on camera for Live Ticket. William Wilson runs the show in studio. Into the paint from the top of the key steps Marshall Smythe, and he'll put a 10-footer up and good. And our second period is off and running. 18-12. T area has been scoring in the 60s and 70s in most of their games this year. The Governors had a 73-point effort against Sioux Falls, Washington Saturday. Here's a Rylan Norris takeaway from Luke Olsen. And the Titans have it back. This is Williamson in the corner looking for 3, but that's no good. Smythe battling for the rebound. He'll pull it down. Now back out. Up top, Rylan Norris wants 3, but that's no good. And the rebound this time is down to Corday Austin. Now it's taken away again. Smythe up. He wanted to jam it, but he couldn't get up that high, but he does get the basket. And that ball was just taken away, I believe, from Corday Austin as he crossed half court. So it's 20-12 now. The lead on the first 4 of the second period to the Titans belongs to T area. Austin in the corner from Olsen. The entry pass here goes to Lincoln Dilgis. He's fouled from behind by Jackson Merrigan. That is the first foul of the evening for T area. First foul as a team in the second period as well. Austin's going to check out. Dawson Getz will come on back in. Sutton Sonnenschein on the court as well for Pierre for the first time tonight. The sophomore. Inbound comes from Olsen out on the lob to Dilges, to Caden Aharts. Dawson Getz down to Sonnenschein. Back to the corner. Governors moving the ball quickly as well. See if they can try to get some shots to fall, though. T area with a few more so far this evening. Getz fading away in the lane. Shot will not go, and the rebound is tipped and controlled by Merrigan. Dawson Getz with 5 points in that first quarter. Olsen has 7, so they've got them all so far. Getz with a block of a shot attempted by Ryland Norris. Pulled down underneath by Aharts. The Governors left to right across the timeline, trying to add to their total or try to get on the board for the first time in the second period. We're 2 minutes plus in. 20-12 Titans as Olsen makes his move from the corner to the baseline. He'll be grabbed and held a bit, and the guilty party here is Cole McKinney, the 5'11 senior for T area. McKinney and Norris checking out. Griffin Wiebenga, who hit 2 big threes in that first period. Also Mitch Grant back on for the visitors. Inbound comes up top to Sonnenschein. Gets to Olsen, trying to give Olsen some space, but Olsen keeps the dribble alive, tries to split defenders, a left-handed scoop, no good, and maybe Olsen tried to force that one a little too much. It's up ahead, and a stop and pop here for Wiebenga from 14, no good, and we've got a foul on a rebound that'll go in the Governors' favor. Foul here is committed by Gavin Shaw, and for the Titans, who did not commit a foul in the first period, already have 3 in the first 2.5 minutes of the second period. 20-12, though, they still maintain that advantage. Here's Aharts to Luke Olsen, who will direct a little bit of traffic. The Governors put it in play. Backdoor pass, no. Looking for Getz, and Smythe might have got a hand on that. It's picked up by Merrigan. Up ahead, Caden Williamson. Or check it, Gavin Shaw is good. 10-point lead for the first time now for T area. 3 minutes in the quarter, and the Governors have not scored since the end of the first period. T area trapping Dilges near the near side edge, but it's taken away. This is a steal for Griffin Wiebenga. The coast-to-coast layup is good, and he gets a foul called on the Governors. Basket counts, a chance at a three-point play. Jordan Gauss says it's Luke Olsen, the guilty party here. That is his second personal. It was 16-12 after an Olsen three to close, or it was an Olsen three to close out the first period, but now an 8-0 run for the Titans to start the second quarter, make it 9 as it is Wiebenga who gets the first of the free throw to go. 3-point play closed up. A pair of three-pointers, now a three-point play the old-fashioned way for Wiebenga so far. 25-12. Titans are contesting every pass from the Governors, no matter how short or long it is. Now a Dawson Getz pass that floated out of his hand. Intended for Aharts down near the baseline. Aharts had to go up to get it, but he comes down out of bounds right on the end line, and another turnover. That's 5 in the evening for the Governors, 4 of them here in this early portion of the second quarter. Gavin Shaw swinging over. Smythe has it, looking for 3 now, but no good. Aharts down with a rebound. Titans are 3 for 8 now from long range. Simmental wants to drive. He stops quickly at the left block. Tried to get it to Sonnenschein, but I think he fumbled that pass. It's picked up. And the Titans heading the other way, but here's a takeaway back from Eladio Simmental. 2-on-1. Simmental wants to go up high, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Marshall Grant. And if that's the case, then he may have tried to sell a charge a little too soon. Titan fans not happy about that, but I got to tell you what, I couldn't tell with the angle I had if he was trying to maybe fall back or something to sell that charge, but Simmental went right at him, and I really, I got to tell you, I've talked about this in this season so far. I don't like that play. If you are going to go up strong, you better get around that player because he's going to be standing in there and he's going to be trying to sell that charge, and half the time they give it, half the time they don't. Simmental missed a free throw. Second one is good. His first point, that is the first personal, though, from Mitch Grant. 4 team fouls in the quarter for the Titans, who lead by 12, 25-13. Tuesday night, a fun one so far, but the Titans are really looking good. As Wiebenga will feed underneath to Caden Williamson, who does get one this time, his first basket, and it's 27-13. T-area. Over the last 10 years, one of the top programs in Class A. They had a 3-year run in 2017, 18, and 19, where they went to the state title match every year, winning 2 out of those 3. Simmental tries a bunny. Can't get it to go. Wiebenga rebounds. He's got it back. The Titans in business on the offensive end again. Back out to the right wing. Down to the baseline. Smythe picked up a quick dribble. Back to Wiebenga. He'll drive. Wiebenga's short, but he catches his own shot, and he'll keep it alive to Smythe. Underneath, and the reverse on the feed to Caden Williamson, who has 2 in a row. 29-13. T-area even cleaning up their own messes here. Continuing to pad this lead. The Governors have got to find some offense. Sonnenschein looking for 3 from deep. Up top, won't go. That was Sawyer, who is back out there. Williamson rebounds. Here the Titans quickly up the floor. Governors will try that 2-3 zone once again. It's been working against some pretty good offensive teams this year, but it's not working maybe so much against these Titans because that offense is really in high gear. 3 from the left side, no good from Marshall Smythe. And as Olsen was there in position or ranging for the rebound, he has fouled over the top. And now, with 2:16 left, the Governors are in the bonus the rest of the way to halftime. Foul goes to Gavin Schad here, his second personal. 5th team foul of the quarter. So once again, the Govs get free throws here. It'll be a 2-shot opportunity for Luke Olsen. He's been held in check in this second quarter. 7 points to lead Pierre overall on the night. First free throw is good. Corday Austin out. Caden Aharts back in. The rest of the Governors starters are out there. When we get to halftime, we'll check up on the other scores that are going on, including the T-area girls who are in action against Sioux Falls Roosevelt tonight on their home gym. 29-15. Olsen's second free throw is good. We've got 2:10 to go before intermission. Wiebenga stops off the left block. He'll feed Mitch Grant. Hang time. Got some generous roll on the rim, and it finally finds its way down. 31-15. It was 16-12 at halftime. This is a 15-3 run in play right now for the T-area Titans in the second period. Sonnenschein up top, gets it across to Aharts. He will feed on the lob to Olsen. He'll be fouled by Mitch Grant in the act of shooting. Grant's second personal. And Olsen will go to the free throw line for a second straight time. Titan scorers, they spread it around quite a bit themselves. Olsen's first free throw is good. Meanwhile, the Governors, all of their scoring, other than one Eladio Simmental free throw, has been contributed by Luke Olsen and by Dawson Getz. Olsen scores his 11th points and a sub in. Olsen checks out. Sutton Sonnenschein back on. Olsen needs a break. He doesn't want to pick up his third personal before halftime. Brianna Kuzler doesn't want that with 90 seconds to play before intermission. Smythe has it top of the key for T-area. He'll get a backhand pass into Griffin Wiebenga. He finds Rylan Norris. He's got 3 from the right wing. Norris is much too strong and too long on his first attempt, but he reins this one in. Titans doubling up the Governors, 34-17. Simmental in the lane. Contested shot. Won't go. Weavinga down with a rebound. Titans moving quickly again. And there's Norris with the reverse on the feed from Marshall Smythe. Rylan Norris, the 6-foot senior with 5 unanswered himself. It's 36-17. Dawson gets around a defender. He drives to the right block, fades away, is fouled. Shot is up, shot goes, it'll count. And a chance at a 3-point play for Dawson Getz. Second personal for Jackson Merrigan, and the Governors are falling well behind here in this second period. But one thing about it, there are 3 players for T area now with 2 fouls apiece. If that trend should continue into the second half, well, that might be one thing that could help the Governors get back into this thing. 36-20. Getz finishes the 3-point play. Smythe sees a lane. He drives, is fouled, and will get free throws. Shot does not fall for the 6'3 senior here. Coach Drew Weber and his T area squad, obviously now a AA team, a AA size school, but the numbers that he has in his basketball program are a little bit down in various classes. They have some seniors, but he still touts his junior and I should say his freshman and sophomore classes as being the keys that'll make them go, especially in the years to come. Smythe hits 2 free throws. I didn't catch who that Governor foul was on. We're in the final 30 seconds. Shot clock off, an 18-point T-Titan advantage. 20 seconds to play, 38-20, by the way, our score. Governors will have to clean some things up in that halftime break. Here's Simmental, top of the key. Luke Olson not out there right now. Simmental pulls up from the left elbow, a little bit too strong. And as Aharts comes in to try to take a rebound away, he will knock it away and out of bounds. Simmental 0 for 4 on the floor. 6 seconds for the Titans to go the length of the floor. And Drew Weber is going to put all of his starters back out there. Carter Shufflebind will check in for Sawyer Sonnenschein, who also has 2 fouls. Griffin Weavinga inbounds. It's a high inbound. Dawson gets the takeaway. Left-handed scoop, and it's in and out. No good. Rebound down and a full court heave. Much too short for Merrigan, but good effort by Dawson Getz. He'll come up empty, and the Pierre Governors are faced with a hill to climb here as we reach halftime. Your Gales Gas Service scoreboard, it's T area 38 and the Governors 20. An 18-point ball game. The visitors having their way in their first time ever here at Riggs High Gym. A 22-8 advantage for the Titans in that second stanza of play. 38-20 our final. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We pause for 3 minutes. Halftime is next. Our halftime break will be a service of Wealth Partners, Ameriprise Financial in the Capitol Creek Center Plaza on East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. We're back in 3 minutes to rehash this one. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball and your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Protect what matters most with the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, American Family Insurance. Our personalized insurance solutions ensure you're covered, no matter what life throws your way. From home and auto to farm, commercial, and life, we tailor policies to fit your unique needs. With our dedicated team and exceptional service, you'll have peace of mind knowing you're in good hands. Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC.
Best of luck in today's competition to the Pierre Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy, your local agronomy experts. Black Sheep Agronomy wants you to have a successful farm plan, and they're focused on products and practices that work in this region. As community members themselves, Tyler, Tice, and Austin support area students who work hard in their school and extracurricular activities. Good luck, Governors, from Black Sheep Agronomy. Call 842-6104 for all your agronomy needs.
Stay in a beautiful Black Hills vacation home, the Summit on Dancing Sky near Leeds, South Dakota, in the popular Powder House Pass development. It's a modern rustic design with over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, and 5 baths for you to enjoy. You'll get gorgeous views of the Terry Peak Mountain Range. There's a community pool to enjoy, and you're close to all the attractions like Deadwood, Sturgis, Spearfish, and a whole lot more. The Summit on Dancing Sky. Visit them at dancingsky.com.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Getting ready to head out to the game or getting back afterwards? DJ Senix is a must before or after your travels. DJ Senix has a great selection of hot and cold snacks. They're second to none for your choice of hot or cold beverages too. And when you're heading out, be sure to fuel up with quality from the pumps at DJ's with 3 different grades. Back late? No problem. DJ's features pay at the pump convenience 24 hours a day. DJ Senix, 507 West Sioux and Pierre. Your choice for quality service and selection.
At Dakota
Welcome back to the
Behavioral...
Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box.
Welcome back to Riggs High Gym, and welcome to our Wealth Partners Ameriprise Financial Halftime Update. It's 38-20. T-Area getting in here and getting that offense going. They've been scoring a lot of points this year. Somehow Western Christian of Iowa had their number, but the Pierre Governors have not been able to slow down these Titans. They led 16-12 at the end of one, and they outscore the Governors 22-8 in that second quarter. Pierre only with 1 field goal down in that second period. They hit 6 free throws. Otherwise, the Governors were 5 of 13 in the first period on the floor, 1 of 7 in that second period. And so far, they are 2 of 7 from outside the arc. 6 of 20 on the floor overall, 6 of 7 from the free throw line. It is Luke Olson who leads with 11 points. Dawson Getz has 8. Each of them have a three-pointer down. Eladio Simmental struggling to just 1 point so far. T-Area, a lot of shots up, a lot of them down. 15 out of 26 overall, including 9 of 14 in that second period. They're 4 of 10 from long range, 4 of 5 from the free throw stripe. 7 players in the scoring column already for T-Area. Marshall Smythe and Griffin Weavinga lead with 9 points each. Weavinga with 2 3-pointers and a 3-point play for his 9-point total. Rylan Norris off the bench has a 3-ball down. He's got 5 points. Mitch Grant, the talented freshman, with 4 points. Caden Williamson, 4 off the bench. Gavin Schott with 4 out of the starting lineup. And Jackson Merrigan has 3 points as well for T-Area, who leads 38-20. Titans are leading other categories too. 18-8, they lead the rebounding advantage. 4-0 on the offensive glass. Jackson Merrigan with 8 boards overall. Luke Olson leading Pierre with 4. Both teams with 6 turnovers to this point, but also in the assist column, it is all T-Area 10-3. The advantage there as Marshall Smythe and Griffin Weavinga with 3 assists apiece. 3 different Governors have 1 each on my stat sheet there. 38-20, all Titans. So far, early on, we had 1 tie at 2. We had a lead change at 5-4, and then another one to 6-5. T-Area hasn't trailed since, and right now they aren't even threatened. They lead 38-20. We pause for 3 minutes once again. Our halftime break continues from Wealth Partners. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
Wagner Auto Company.
We offer comprehensive mental health services, including medication management. With offices in Pierre and Winter, we provide in-person and telehealth appointments to fit your schedule. Whether you're managing anxiety, depression, stress, or other concerns, our compassionate team is here to help. We are currently accepting new clients, so take the first step for better mental health today. Call Dakota Behavioral Health at 605-702-6769 or visit dakotabh.com to schedule your appointment.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
With our new online loan application, you can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Oahe Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA.
The best way to get through winter is to start planning for spring. And Grossenberg has new Honda walk-behind self-propelled mowers in stock. 3 models to choose from, residential up to commercial grade, starting at $900. Each mower features a powerful, reliable Honda GVC 200 engine, cruise control, and roto-stop technology that allows you to step away from the mower without stopping the engine. Get ready for spring with a new Honda mower from Grossenberg. Stop by one of our 9 locations today or go to grossenberg.com for more details.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Todd Sandel today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
Back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union press box.
Continues here at Ringside Gym. Brian Oakman with the call. Glad to have you aboard tonight. It hasn't been a great night for the Governors. They're trying, but defensively they're just not able to stop the T-area Titans. And then has transferred to the offensive end as well. Just a 6 of 20 effort for the Governors in that first half of play on the floor. Let's check the other scores in Class AA right now. And again, if there are T-area players who are not able to follow the girls right now, that the Lady Titans do lead at home late in the third quarter over Sioux Falls Roosevelt, 34-25. Again, Governor girls not in action tonight. Other girls scores have Aberdeen Central leading Watertown 44-23. That's also late in the third quarter. 3 games are final so far. Brandon Valley wins at Crofton, Nebraska, 62-54. Mitchell is beaten Huron 51-39, and unbeaten O'Gorman defeats previously unbeaten Sioux Falls, Washington, 70-53. I didn't even realize when we talked about that game early on that both of those teams were unbeaten. I just didn't make the connection, but big game there, won by the defending champion, the O'Gorman Knights. Here along in boys basketball, Washington does lead the boys game over O'Gorman right now, 52-47, halfway through the fourth quarter. Sioux Falls Lincoln leads Jefferson 49-33. They'll win that one to stay unbeaten. Watertown and Aberdeen Central are late in regulation, tied at 61. They may be going to overtime soon. And let's see, Huron early on, starting the second quarter, leads Mitchell on the back end of a doubleheader in the Corn Palace, 10-6. That's a pretty good matchup there. Huron, one of the top teams, I think, in the ESD. Mitchell certainly defending champions and still the #1 ranked team in South Dakota, but Huron with that early 4-point lead. Upcoming action for the Titans. They'll be playing once again as I try to find my spot on the schedule, but they play on Friday night when they host Sioux Falls Roosevelt. That's the girls' matchup tonight in T-Area, and then T-Area hosts the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles on Saturday as well. The first and only game of the week for the Governor boys. No game at all for the Governor girls this week. Both teams will play Douglas on Tuesday night next week. 1 week from tonight, the boys on the road here on River 92.7. The girls with a 7 o'clock tip-off on KGFX here from Riggs High Gym. Our next coverage of Governor Sports is Thursday night this week at Watertown. We'll have Governor Wrestling, girls and boys from the Civic Arena, as they battle the Arrows in an ESD conference matchup. We're ready to go to the second half. Second half opening possession for the Governors, brought to you by Comtech in Pierre. Starting five out there: Luke Olson, Sawyer Sonnenschein, Eladio Simmental, Dawson Getz, who wants a three-pointer and has it. He ends up on the floor. Corday Austin, the fifth starter out there, but Dawson Getz reins in a three to start our second half of play. T-Area loses one out of bounds, but last touched by the Governors. Well, if the Govs can start hitting some threes, they're going to have to chip away into an 18-point halftime deficit, but it's not to say it's never been done. Here's an entry pass underneath to Griffin Wiebenga. As Eladio Simmental gets high up into the air, comes down onto Wiebenga, who was in the middle of a pump fake at the time, fouled in the act of shooting. Second personal for Eladio Simmental, and Wiebenga will go to the free throw line and try to put some offense on the board from there. First one rims in and out. It's no good. And that one more on a line drive. T-Area starting five with Wiebenga, Marshall Smythe, Mitch Grant, the guards. Second free throw, no good. Dawson gets down with a rebound. Gavin Shaw, the third guard. Jackson Merrigan, the forward, along with Wiebenga. And Marshall Smythe, the guard, if I didn't mention him as well. Sawyer Sonnenschein in the green area, trying to get it back out to the top of the key. Knocked away. Govs will inbound, 38-23. Pierre trailing by 15. Getz started the quarter with the three. Didn't have room to shoot this time. He gives it away to Olson, and now he loses his footing on a pivot move. Well defended by Smythe. And the first turnover for the Govs in the second half is their seventh overall. Still in the first minute. 7:10 to play, third quarter. Smythe going to keep the dribble alive and drive, and he is fouled by Olson. Olson not disputing it, but he just kind of wanted to make sure that was his foul. Turns out it is. He wasn't so sure. And Marshall Smythe at the free throw line to shoot a pair. The first one is up and good. He's 3 for 3 on the line tonight. 39-23. Luke Olson with 3 personal fouls, though, very early in the second half. He'll have to be careful. Obviously, the Governors have to have him and his team-leading scoring average out there on the floor. 40-23 after the second free throw was made. Olson penetrates, kicks out to Getz. A dribble to step aside, and he hits one from distance once again. Dawson Getz starting to heat up. He hit several against the Washington Warriors on Saturday. He's got 3 now, including 2 in a row to start the second half. 40-26. This is Wiebenga looking for the answer. That's too strong. Off the glass, it didn't even rattle the rim, but then knocked into the hands of the Governors. Here is Corday Austin to finish the Governor fast break. 5 in a row for Pierre now, and it's 40-28. Back to the near side. Sonnenschein looking for a steal. He knocks it loose, but it'll end up out of bounds in front of the student body. And Drew Weber has seen enough to know that now's a pretty good time to take his first timeout of the night. Timeouts are brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. We'll pause for 60 seconds after you grab your favorite Coke product. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball. It's 40-28 T-Area on River 92.7.
Taking your used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. we're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Welcome back to the Owasso.
Out of the timeout, Titans will pass it underneath. Might have been a chance at an alley-oop, but Mitchell Smythe feeding to Griffin Wiebenga. He'll bring it back down and then hit the pretty reverse on the left side of the hoop. And it's 42-28. Titans up, extend the lead back to 14. Pierre has had the advantage in the third quarter so far. But the Titans, who led by 18 at halftime, right now leading by 14. Sonnenschein quickly moving, falls down once again, feet going out from under him. He gets it back from Austin, tries an NBA range three, loose basketball off of the miss, and Wiebenga pulls it down. Sonnenschein 0 for 2 from out there tonight. 5:30 to play. We're in the third. Titans will work it inside from the corner. Wiebenga stops, spins after getting a man in the air. Got his own rebound, but Simmental comes back and blocks the tip. And then Simmental down with a rebound. He loses it, though, and now Austin saves it into the hands of the Titans. Up ahead it goes to Wiebenga, who this time will score. Tough break there for the Pierre Governors. Here comes Olsen. He'll float with a left-handed layup. That's off the glass and good. 40. Well, they just added, 44-30. Updating the score, they added 2 for the Titans after that basket, but they took that away, added it for the Governors. It's still a 14-point game. Entry pass, low block. Ooh, that is Merrigan. He went up. He had the shot blocked, and then he came back down with it, but he did lose, actually, control of the basketball. Olsen doing a good job under there defensively, but Merrigan did put it back up and in. How about another? Dawson gets 1, 2, 3 ball down. Gets his 3 for 3 from distance here in this second half. A floater this time is good for Marshall Smythe. 48-33. 4 for 3 exchange for T area in the last sequence here. Now Olsen contacted in the air. Layup is no good as he was falling away. Wiebenga runs down the rebound. Getz will challenge him on the other end and get a hand on him as he shoots. Shot won't go, but Wiebenga will go to the free throw line, and Dawson Getz will pick up his first personal foul. Starting to become a track meet. Has been a track meet at times. And well, T area was much better on the track in that second period. Wiebenga can't get the first free throw. 0 for 3 so far for him in the second half. He was 1 for 1 in the first. Still a 15-point lead for the Titans. Simmental and Corday Austin will check out. Sutton Sonnenschein is in, as is Lincoln Dilgis. A little bit of size off the bench for the Governors. Second attempt for Wiebenga. He's got 1 to go here. Still has 5 in the quarter, and he leads all scorers now with 14. Actually, I take that back. Dawson Getz with his 3 threes in the second half leads all scorers with 17 points. Wiebenga leads the Titans. Here's Sonnenschein on the far side. He'll get it back. That was Sutton Sonnenschein. Back to Luke Olsen. Now Sawyer on the near side. Crosses over. Finds Dilgis. Lincoln pulls the trigger from the right elbow. No good. Sawyer. Sonnenschein follows the shot. That's the first offensive rebound of the night for the Governors. Here's Sawyer up top. 3 is good. Little brother Sutton with the feed. Sawyer Sonnenschein with a long one. 4 triples in the quarter for the Governors, but they still trail by a baker's dozen. 3 minutes to go. Wiebenga thought about it. He gets it down to Smythe in the corner. He's given space, and he answers with 3 of his own. And a timeout taken by T Area, opening up yet again a 16-point lead, 52-36. 2:58 to play. This is a 30-second Coke break, sponsored by Coca-Cola Bottling and Beer. We're back with more Pierre Governor basketball.
At Ringneck
Back to
Energy.
the Oahe Federal Credit Union.
Back at Riggs High Gym, Governor Basketball brought to you in part by your Pierre Sports marketing partners, who include Kathy Sonnenschein Properties, Pierre Area Chamber of Commerce, the Pierre Dental Clinic, and Comtech, Delta Dental, Pitts Design and Build, Red Rosa, and First Dakota National Bank. Thanks for being Pierre Sports marketing sponsors. Ryan Oakland here. Still plenty of time in this game. 2:45 to go in the third. The Governors have had a good offensive third period, but the Titans are still the better offensive team in this game, and they lead 52-36. Governors try to get one in the corner, but it's knocked away by T Area. Here we'll throw in from that near left side. Sutton Sonnenschein to do the honors. He'll lob it out to Luke Olson. Olson was looking for Getz. That wasn't available. Still with it now. Finds Dilgis. Left baseline. Dilgis from 10 feet off the mark. Rylan Norris, and that timeout comes back in. Comes down with the rebound. Cole McKinney also in there. He'll get it back from Wiebenga. That one's too strong off the glass. No good. Dawson Getz with the rebound. Titans want to shoot the three, but they've hit three of them off the glass, one of which has gone. Here's Dilgis, who can't get a layup. Wiebenga down with a rebound. Lincoln Dilgis has had some fine performances off the bench this season. So far, 0 for 3 here in the third quarter, however. Under 2 minutes to play. 52-36 Titans. McKinney near side. Skips it across to Marshall Smythe. Sonnenschein knocked the ball free, and it went right off the nose of Smythe. He plays on. He gets it to Wiebenga. Sonnenschein coming after another steal, but he didn't get it. And Sawyer Sonnenschein will pick up his third personal foul. Sonnenschein hit a three-pointer, but really sometimes you think it seems that his best attribute is his quickness out there. He just is all over the place, especially on the defensive side. He can be a real problem. Here's Williamson keeping one in control, fed by Norris. That's Caden Williamson off the bench for his third field goal. And the 18-point lead that T Area had, which Pierre cut down considerably earlier in this period, is replenished. It's 54-36. Olson gets around McKinney. He drives and scores, lays it up and in with a right hand on the left side. McKinney fouls. Basket counts for Luke Olson, and another chance at a three-point play. McKinney's second personal. T Area's first team foul in this quarter. The Governors do have 4. McKinney will check out. Wiebenga, who's played quality minutes all night long, coming out. Gavin Schad, starting guard, back in there, as is Mitch Grant. Sawyer Sonnenschein checking out. Caden Ahart's in. Dilgis is out for Pierre, and Caleb Lounsbury, 6-foot junior, on for the first time tonight. Free throw for Luke Olson to try to finish a three-point play, but it rims in and out, no good, and the rebound is run down by the Titans. Here goes Smythe. Wants to take it the distance. Takes contact. He hang times, but no good. Schad keeps it alive. In fact, he took the rebound away, and the return shot is up and good for Gavin Schad. 56-38. It's the third time with an 18-point lead for the Titans. Here's Olson to Ahart's, cutting down the lane. Great vision and great control as well. Vision by Olson, control by Ahart's to put it up and in. But a return feed from Smythe to Caden Williamson. He was left alone at point-blank range. He'll put it up and in. And it's 58-40. Both teams with 20 points each here in the third period. Getz ranging through the lane. Tries one, fading away from 11 or 12. No good. And it's pulled down by Williamson, then taken away by Sutton Sonnenschein, who puts a shot up and is fouled. So Sutton Sonnenschein with a good play here. It'll be Smythe with his first personal. 19 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Sonnenschein hasn't scored yet tonight. He had a nice game off the bench against Washington on Saturday as well. First free throw attempt is off the front of the rim, no good. Good hand by the Titan faithful, and there are a lot of them who have followed their team here. For the guys who come out, Sonnenschein up, no good. Kept alive by Lounsbury. He looks out, he feeds to Getz. His first miss from distance in the quarter. And as this one is pushed up the floor, Olsen will knock one away out of bounds. So Sutton Sonnenschein, unfortunately, 0 for 2. The Governors 0 for 3 in this quarter. 9 seconds to go off of the inbound. 58-40. Stepping inside the arc, baseline jumper too short. Getz with the rebound underneath, but nothing to do with it after that. And we will go to the fourth quarter of play. On the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, 20 points for both teams in the quarter, but it's 58-40. Still T-Area in command. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre, and we're back in 60 seconds for quarter number 4. You're listening to Governor Basketball, your official home of the Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck and all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Essentials package. So for sweet dreams and peaceful sleep, be sure to shop Slumberland Furniture on the Truck Bypass in Pierre.
We'll go to the fourth quarter. 58-40, T-Area comfortable here in the gym for the first time this season. I was thinking as we talked about how many people here from T-Area. This is the first time they've ever been here. I imagine a lot of folks maybe came out early to take in the sights, state capitol, and everything else that the capital city has to offer. Certainly is something every South Dakotan should see. And, of course, today, the first day of the legislative session, you may have heard the State of the State address from Governor Christine Ohm for the final time here this afternoon. Meanwhile, the Titans have the opening possession of quarter number 4. And Caleb Lounsbury still in there to start the fourth quarter, committing the foul as Marshall Smythe, I believe it was. No, but it wasn't Smythe. He's not out there. Somebody drove. Anyway, here's McKinney off of the inbound. Too strong, looking for 3. Dawson gets down with a rebound. Here we'll try to continue a good shooting 3-point effort here in the second half. They were 4 out of 5 in that third period. Here's Caden Ahart starting the quarter out there with Luke Olson. Lounsbury, he'll post up. He'll bounce it short to Getz in the lane, and Getz goes up for 2. Well, he goes up for the shot, misses. It'll go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. And the foul goes to Jackson Merrigan, his third personal. Talked about it, several Titans in that first half who had 2 personals, but none of them got their third until now. Getz hits the first of 2 freebies. Cole McKinney checking out. Looks like Mitch Grant will come out. Marshall Smythe is back on, as is Griffin Webinga. Both have played spectacular ball tonight. Second one is good for Getz. He leads all scorers, though, with 19 points, including 4 3-pointers. 58-42. Governors just need defensive stops. Their offense is playing pretty well here in the second half. Sutton Sonnenschein defending. Smythe fakes right, drives left, high off the glass on the attempt for the layup, no good. It's kept alive and tipped to Gavin Schad. Another chance here. Wiebinga pulls up, 10-footer in the lane, no good. It's Lounsbury up this time for the rebound. There's one defensive stop for the Governors. Obviously, they'll need a bunch more, and a foul on the floor against Luke Olson, and judging by his reaction, Jackson Merrigan picks up his 4th personal. 2 quick ones as a team for the Titans. 6:44 to play in the quarter, and see if the Governors can induce some more fouls and maybe get in the bonus. Caden Ahart's checking out. Carter Scheffelbein is in as Olson tries to get the inbound into Lounsbury, but that is knocked away. Back out of bounds. Pierre will inbound off the right side of the key instead of the left. This time as Olson gets it into Lounsbury. Over to the left side, gets underneath. Scheffelbein keeps it away from the defender. Shot is off the glass and good. Carter Scheffelbein, good body control on that one. We've got a 14-point game. The first 4 of the 4th quarter go to the Governors. 58-44. Smythe drawing attention and then driving, penetrating, gets bouncing it underneath to Wiebinga. He's off the glass and good for 2. Griffin Wiebinga with 16 points. Here's Olson at the free throw line. Underneath, Lounsbury drives on a reverse right side scoop is no good. And again, it looked like a shot that Luke Olson normally takes, but he's very good at getting other people involved just the same. We're 2 minutes into the 4th quarter. Still a 16-point Titan lead, 60-44. Off the low block, left side. This is Wiebinga. It's Olson bodying up against him. Wiebinga lost him. Shot is up, no good, and the putback goes for Caden Williamson. And he's fouled by Lounsbury, who got him on the head, according to Scott Sonny, who makes the call. Williamson with 10 points off the bench. Chance at a 3-point play. That won't go. On the free throw, and Getz comes down with yet another rebound. Dawson's doing a great job picking those stats up. 62-44. Getz sets the screen, gets it back. Now he feeds over to Sonnenschein. Sawyer in the lane, kind of against the body. Shot is up, no good. And it is pulled down by Wiebinga once again. 30 rebounds for T area. I only have the Governors with 16. Crossover dribble, Marshall. Smythe pulls up from 14. This one will not go. Sonnenschein boards for the Governors. Up ahead to Scheffelbein. 5:10 to play. Scheffelbein picks his dribble up in the lane. Back to Sonnenschein. He'll play catch. Scheffelbein going to fire a 3. That's a little too strong. Sonnenschein follows it, though, and it's up and in. Second chance basket for Sawyer Sonnenschein this time. Governors only with 2 offensive rebounds after they had 17 against Sioux Falls, Washington 3 days ago. 62-46. And on the move goes Gavin Schad, but he tripped. The Governors block his shot. Here comes Olson, spinning, fading away underneath. It's up and good. The Governors get a basket and a timeout. And again, they're back within 14. 4:32 to play. It's 62-48. A full timeout brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. We're back in a minute. This is Governor Basketball.
Tide Machinery's Service Technician Apprenticeship Program is designed for anyone wishing to become a diesel mechanic working on Case IH equipment through full-time, on-the-job training. Enjoy hands-on work experience, learn from factory-trained service experts, and apply your knowledge from school directly to your work with this unique program opportunity. Become a titan in the industry and grow with a dealership that invests in you at Tide Machinery, Highmore, Miller, and Pierre, your local Case IH dealer. Visit TitanMachinery.com/careers to learn more.
The Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Rapid City supports all South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful for sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota. Do you have back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union press box?
Back at Riggs High on a Tuesday night. Brian Oakland with you. Governor Basketball, once again sponsored in part by Pierre Sports Marketing Partners, who include Floss Dentistry, Maher Law Office, and Midco. By Wegner Auto, Stalkin Peterson, Lingo, Walti Jones, LLP, and the fine men and women of our South Dakota National Guard Pierre Sports Marketing Partners. Governors with a good surge, and now they get a tip and a pass. A steal by Sawyer Sonnenschein. Takeaway of the Titans. Sonnenschein trying to keep it alive. He does. He'll find Shufflebein. Back to Sonnenschein. The Governors have to take a deep breath here as they'll try to set something up. Olsen in the half circle. Stops and goes. And then gives to Sonnenschein, but the 14-footer in the front of the free throw line is no good. And a foul called on the Governors here after a T-area rebound. This is a big one for the Govs. This is Luke Olsen's 4th personal foul. 62-48. Sonnenschein still going after loose balls. He knocks the inbound pass away. As the inbound comes to Gavin Shaw, the Governors will employ full court pressure, at least contesting inbounds, but they'll sag off a bit now. Across the timeline, Smythe, defended by Dawson Getz. A shot on the near side. Mitch Grant inside. Nice feed to Griffin Wiebenga, who is off the glass and good. 4-2, 16-point Titan advantage, 64-48. Getz will drive and score. Dawson Getz having a game. 64-50, 3.5 minutes and counting down in the 4th quarter. Wiebenga, right side on the wing. Looking back up top, but he's backing his way in and gets around Olsen, who has to lay off with 4 fouls, and Wiebenga uses that to his advantage, and he'll score. 66-50. Olsen again. Sonnenschein looking for 3. He knew that was off the mark, started heading after it, but Getz has an offensive rebound. He fades away looking for 3. That's too strong. And it goes the other way once again to the Titans. As Sonnenschein's looking to trap. Oh, my goodness. As Sawyer Sonnenschein got a steal, but a whistle blows, and Drew Weber gets a timeout, sensing trouble. A heads-up play for the head coach. In this case, 66-50 the score with 2:52 to play. A 30-second Coke break this time around. We're back with more Pierre Governor basketball.
Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union press box.
Back at Riggs High, Jim mentioned Coach Drew Weber for the T-Area Titans earlier on. We told you he was a former head coach of boys basketball with some pretty good Cologne Cowboy teams about 7 years ago. I think he was there for about 7 years as well. He did tell me when I asked also earlier on tonight, he's a native of Flandreau, South Dakota, some old Flandreau Flyer. In fact, one of his teachers and coaches back then was Jim Keys, the Pierre Governor cross-country coach. We want to wish happy birthday to Coach Jim Keys. He's 1 year more than double nickels this time around. Happy birthday, Coach. Back at it, though. 15 on the shot clock for the Titans off of the timeout. They may try to play more of the clock game here. They're bleeding it down to 5 here. Smythe spins as he loses Sonnenschein on the floor. Rebound is tipped back to Smythe off the miss, but he did not establish position inbounds. And the Governors will get the possession. 66-50. Under 2.5 to play. Obviously, the Governors need some quick offense here and more defensive stops, but miscommunication between Olsen and Getz results in a Mitch Grant steal. Steal for the freshman. T-Area now. Here's that clock game that they'll start to play. They're spreading it out a little bit They will try to work it inside. Weebenga has it off the low block. He'll work against Eladio Simmental, and he'll put it up and in. Griffin Weebenga is having a ball game himself, 22 points. He takes over the game-high honors from Dawson Getz, who has 21. Olsen will give it to Simmental. Free throw line spot. Now to Lincoln Dilgis, who is into the game. Olsen has it back. Getz right side. Grant in his face. Oh, bad pass here by Dawson Getz. Little tentative. It is stolen by Gavin Schad. And again, T-Area will spread the court. Brianna Kuzler going to have to, will start emptying the bench a bit here. Jackson Merrigan is in, and Drew Weber asks for a timeout to do the same thing. With 1:19 to play, we'll take a quick one, and both teams probably will get a 5-for-5 swap in here. Coca-Cola breaking the action. T-Area 68, and the Governors 50. We'll keep it here this time around, but I'll tell you what, when the Titans outscored the Governors 22-8 in that second quarter, they led 38-20 at halftime. The Governor offense has played pretty well. In fact, the Governor offense has been step for step, point for point with the Titans here in the second half. It was 58-40 at the end of the third quarter. Now 68-50. Both teams with just 10 down so far here in the fourth. The Governors on the court right now out of that timeout do have Lincoln Dilgis, Caleb Lounsbury, Sutton Sonnenschein, Carter Shufflebine, and Caden Aharts. The second shift as T-Area will counter out of their timeout with 5 players who have not played yet this evening. Caden Bonenberger, Jacob Lindgren, as we match names to numbers, Lane Sieber. Also, the inbound will come from Isaac Slowey. And 35, Dashel Lowry, the last one we had not mentioned. He has it now, and we've got a whistle away from the basketball, and it'll be an inbound. This one's going to go against Lincoln Dilgis of the Governors. Dilgis is first, team foul number 4, 1:12 to play. Governors are going to fall for the 5th straight time after winning their first 2 games over the Rapid City schools. They'll end up 2-5, and they'll be searching for wins when they go to Douglas next Tuesday. Talk more about that in the postgame. Here's a nice move, baseline drive. Isaac Slowey will put one off the glass and good. That's the biggest lead all of a sudden for the Titans, who finally have a 20-point advantage. 70-50. On the move, Shufflebine through the lane. Running left-hander is up short. And the rebound comes down to Lane Sieber. Titan girls, by the way, got a win over Sioux Falls Roosevelt tonight. Mention that in just a little bit once again. Lane Sieber on the move. Dashel Lowry with a kick out. Slowey has it. Thought about 3. That was Sieber. He gets it to Slowey again. Nope, that's Lowry. Now a tip and a takeaway by Shufflebine. Breakaway, left-handed layup is good. Shufflebine with 4. 70-52. Final 10 seconds will be run out. T-Area's girls beat Roosevelt 51-42 tonight. T-Area's boys will beat the Pierre Governors on the road here at Riggs High Gym. Your final score as the horn sounds, well, it ends with an 18-point margin of victory. T-Area 72, the Pierre Governors 50. Let's try that again. T-Area 70, the Pierre Governors 52. T-Area improves to 5-3 on the season and 4-1 against South Dakota competition. They played 3 teams from Iowa and Minnesota combined already this year as well. Governors, as mentioned, a 5-game losing streak now as they fall to 2-5 with the loss. Scoreboard is brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Use their budget plan and keep full service to stay warm all season long on cold days like this with Gales Gas Service in Pierre. A full post-game wrap-up coming up, including the recap. We've got big plays of the game from Hermanson Endodontics, your player of the game from Cowboy Country Stores coming up, and a conversation with head coach Brianna Kuzler, all a part of your Family Dental post-game. That begins in 3 minutes. This is Pierre Governor Basketball and your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
The team
and our
at
thoughts get too much to bear. Finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses, and quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
DRG Media Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Keenholz wants to run again, and he's got room. 40, 30, foot race to the 10, 5, and a touchdown. Pierre will come back and set up Avery Kaiser on the outside left through the block, and that's down.
The official voice of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7, and also at the River 92.7 page of the DRG News app, brought to you by Golden Buffalo and DRGnews.com.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union press box.
Both ends of the floor, we got exactly that. The only problem was for the Pierre Governors tonight, well, they just had a scoring lull in the second quarter. Other than that, once again, I think the Governors are playing pretty well against a highly, what I would say, a team. Do not sleep on these T-Area Titans this season. And once again, their record might be skewed by the fact that they have lost some games to some out-of-state competition, including this past Saturday. But 5-3 team, and they're going to be a problem for some, I think, once that postseason comes around. They win this one 70-52, and their shooting stats are astronomical in this game, as it turns out. They just played their game a little bit better than the Governors were able to here tonight. T-Area did lead 16-12 at the end of one, and that was thanks to a buzzer-beating 3 by Luke Olson. But once that second quarter rolled around, the Titans again outscored Pierre 22-8. Pierre actually scored just one field goal on the floor in that second quarter. They hit 6 free throws to help them to get 8 points in that period. But that is really, I'll say right now, that's where the big plays were made from Hermanson Endodontics later on in this postgame. We'll touch on that a little bit more. It was 38-20 at halftime. Governors came out hitting threes. Dawson Getz hit 3 in a row. Sawyer Sonnenschein added another one in the third quarter alone. But as an 18-point deficit was cut down to 12, it might have even been 10 at one point. But the Titans caught fire again, and they just did their thing toward the tail end of that quarter. And lo and behold, they had that 18-point lead right back with a 20-20 deadlock in the third period alone. It was 58-40. and T area finally got their first 20-point lead when it was 70-50, but Pierre scored the last basket of the game and 12 points apiece in that quarter, and it was 70-52 here, the final score. So 32-32, both teams tying each other in that second half of play. T area, though, the better first half, the big difference in this one tonight. The Titans hit 15 of 26 on the floor in the first half, 14 of 25 in the second half of play, 5 of 14 overall. They hit 3 threes in the first period, 1 more in the fourth, and then 1 in the second half, as it turned out, but 5 of 14 overall. So you take away those shots, and T area hits 24 of 37 from inside the arc tonight. Shooting percentage, as we say, just outstanding for the visiting Titans in this one. They do go 7 of 12 from the free throw line as well. 3 players in double figures, led by Griffin Wiebenga, the 6'3 sophomore, with 22 points. He will lead all scorers. Marshall Smythe, he's a good point guard, and at 6'3, can do a lot of things otherwise as well. 16 points for Smythe. Caden Williamson is the third player in double figures off the bench. A solid night for Williamson, 5 for 5 and 10 points on the floor. 6 points otherwise for Gavin Shod, 5 for Rylan Norris, including a 3-pointer. Mitch Grant with 4 points, and Gavin Shod, or make it Isaac Slowey in mop-up time for the Titans with 2 points as well. 8 players in the scoring column for T area, who gets the win here this evening. For the Governors, after just a 6 of 20 first half of play, including 1 of 7 in the second period, they'll go 50% in the back half of the game. 12 out of 24 in the second half, 18 of 44 overall, 6 of 16 from outside the arc, 4 threes for Dawson Getz, 1 for Sawyer Sonnenschein, and 1 in the first half from Luke Olson, that buzzer beater in the first quarter. Pierre is 8 of 12 from the free throw stripe. Getz leads all Governors with 21 points. Luke Olson with 17. Another solid effort despite some foul trouble for Luke tonight. But it drops off from there. Sawyer Sonnenschein will put 5 down. Carter Schuffelbein with 4. And then 2 points for Caden Aharts, 2 for Corday Austin, and just 1 point for Eladio Simmental. Govs fall in this one 70-52. T area easily out rebounds Pierre 33-18 overall, 7-3 on the offensive end. Jackson Merrigan with 9 rebounds, 8 of those in the first half to lead the way. Griffin Wiebenga with 6 boards. Dawson Getz leads Pierre with 6 rebounds as well. Both teams turned it over 9 times in this one, but you look at the assist column, and you know who's moving the basketball a little bit better, and that is the Titans. They have 16 assists, 6 from Marshall Smythe. Pierre with 9 assists as a team. I've got Luke Olson with 4 of those. All told, 70-52. Your final score in this one. Pierre again falls to 2-5, while T area improves to 5-9. They were the 9 seed coming in. The Governors were 15, but again, they're going to need some wins to try to get off that bubble here before long. Still plenty of basketball to be played, but they won't play again until they go to Douglas a week from tonight. Still plenty more to talk about in our post-game, brought to you by Family Dental, with offices in Pierre and Gettysburg. Another 3-minute break. We'll get big plays of the game from Hermanson Endodontics, among other things, coming up in our next segment as well. You're listening to Governor Basketball.
In Fort Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848 or email them at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
Scott Darnell with Lee Real Estate in Pierre is ready to help you find your dream home. There are 10 things you need to do to buy or sell your home. Number 1, call him at 605-220-2676, and he'll handle the other 9. As your resident realtor on a bike, he will make buying or selling your home feel like a walk in the park, not an Ironman triathlon. Find him on Facebook or email scott@LeeRealEstatePierre.com. Lee Real Estate and Scott are proud sponsors of Central South Dakota Youth Sports and Events broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Dakota Pro Air is a locally family-owned business that has been taking care of farmers' aerial needs since 2020. With locations in Letcher and Miller, Dakota Pro Air is able to provide service to a large area. Ground conditions too wet, or just don't want those sprayer tracks in your field? Give Dakota Pro Air a call for all your chemical and fertilizer application needs at 605-248-2314.
Olson Plumbing in Pierre provides complete plumbing and drain cleaning services to commercial and residential customers. Olson Plumbing understands how the simple things in life are often the things we can't live without, and running water is the top of the list. Olson Plumbing offers 24/7 emergency services, and they can be at your location in under an hour in most cases. If you need help with your plumbing system, call Olson Plumbing 605-224-6436.
You asked for it.
Back to the Oahe Federal
Highway Safety. River 92.7. KGFX FM. Pierre. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Family Dental postgame continues. Welcome back to Riggs High Gym with William Wilson in studio, Brian Menning on camera. I'm Brian Oakland. And we talk about the big plays of this basketball contest. Big plays of the game are brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics. And obviously we mentioned earlier that the second quarter had a lot to do with the outcome of this game when T-Area outscored the Governors 22-8. The second half was a deadlock at 32-32. That first quarter won by T-Area 16-12 overall. So, yeah, Governors able to play with these Titans here and some high-scoring teams like Sioux Falls, Washington, as we saw on Saturday afternoon. You like the direction the Governors are going despite this 5-game losing streak. But at some point, they'll have to get some W's in the win column. But let's hear from Hermanson Endodontics, and we'll talk more about big plays of the game here in this one. This is Governor Basketball.
Quality comes first at Hermanson Endodontics. Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics strives to provide treatment that's not only comfortable, but also provides the best possible outcome. They do this by effective and timely communication with your dentist and preserving as much healthy tooth as possible using state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre.
Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre, and yes, the second quarter was the difference in this game, but I'm going to expand on big plays of the game and say that the biggest plays in this game might have come in the third quarter. The Governors got off to a fast start, and offensively they had just an outstanding quarter of play. They scored 20 points in that one. They had cut that 18-point deficit down to 12, maybe even 10. I actually never did catch it as to what it was, but the Governors had momentum until T-Area caught fire again, and they were able to build that 20-point lead or 18-point lead back at the end of the third period. Rylan Norris, I take that back, Marshall Smythe hit a three-pointer in the third quarter, and he had 7 points overall, but Griffin Webinga and then some other players, including Caden Williamson, who was big off the bench tonight, coming up with some big baskets, and maybe the defense also stepped it up just a little bit. So the tail end of that third quarter when T-Area built that bigger cushion back up again. Also, big plays of the game tonight, sponsored by Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. got people to talk about when we talk about players of the game. Your player of the game is coming up. Let's hear from Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre Fort Pierre. They sponsor today's player of the game.
Howdy, partners. Did you know that you can save up to 30 cents on a gallon of gas instantly when you use the Sinclair DinoPay app at all Cowboy Country Store locations? It's true, and it's fast, secure, and simple to use. Just go to your app store and download the green DinoPay app, follow the prompts, and save big money at the pump today.
Convenience from the country, Cowboy Country Stores.
Cowboy Country Stores players of the game for the Governors. You get the Dawson Getz and Luke Olson combination. 38 points combined. Getz with 21, including 4 3-pointers. And again, got the Governors off to a great start in that third period. Olson in foul trouble some of the night tonight and was held to 17. It seems like he was held to 17. Still a great number for Luke Olson. For the winning Titans, really pat the back of 2 players. Caden Williamson, a bench player, checking in with 10 points tonight. Marshall Smythe with 16, but it seemed like Griffin Wiebinga ended up owning this game, especially in that fourth quarter with 22 points. He will lead all scorers, and he'll pull down 6 rebounds as well, and even dished out 4 assists himself. Pretty good all-around player. Griffin Wiebinga gets the T-shirt from Cowboy Country Stores and River 92.7 Sports, noting his accomplishments, leading his team to the 70-52 victory. Griffin Wiebinga, tonight's player of the game, brought to you by Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre. Quick conversation before we head on out here with head coach Brianna Kuzler talking about this one. Coach, you look at what you did, what you were able to do against a very good Washington team on Saturday. Tonight, it seemed like this was destined to be very much the same style of game, and you're able to play with T-Area. That second quarter, just 1 field goal, obviously the big difference. How did you feel in your ability to play with another good offensive team tonight?
Yeah, I was disappointed, plain and simple. The ball is not going to go through the hoop every single night for us like we would like to be having it, and there's some effort things that we really need to address. How are you going to respond to the ball not going through the hoop? You can always be giving us everything that you have defensively. You can always be communicating. You can always be, those controllable things that we talk about. And there's some controllables that we need to address. And every single night, we shouldn't be addressing effort. That should just be a given. And we've got some guys right now who, we're asking them to do a lot, and then we're not following it up with much help. And Luke and Dawson, they've continued to show us. Now, they're not alone. I don't want it to sound like guys are incapable, because that's why I think I'm most disappointed is we've got so many capable guys, and they're just I don't know if they're unsure of themselves. They do these things in practice, and then they get to a game, and it all of a sudden, sometimes it feels like they're scared, and we can't be scared. If we're scared, all we can do is be scared. And we've got to refuse to get outworked on both ends of the floor. And right now, there were just too many opportunities that I felt like we didn't capitalize on. We were a little careless with the ball, especially in the first half, and that got us down 18 at half. And it's a big deficit to make up. And it's doable, but it takes a lot of intentional possessions, and we just didn't have those tonight.
You said Saturday you had 17 offensive rebounds, which is just a crazy number. Tonight I've got you getting out rebounded by 15. 33-18 overall, and just 3 offensive boards all in the second half. I'm sure that's the crux of what you're getting at here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're not going to get every single bounce on the rebounding side of things, just as you're not going to get every single stop. They're going to have some different things, match up. But I just felt like there were too many possessions that we just weren't ourselves out there. We weren't playing like we were capable of, and we've got to get back to that.
All right. Well, let's just leave it at that, I guess, and look ahead to another full week of practice. The Douglas Patriots are next. This is a team that's put some wins together. They're 3-3 coming into tonight, so a good opportunity, but still. And I think the key is, and I'm going to say offensively at least, 52 points tonight certainly could have been more, but save for that lull in that second quarter. But offensively, if you can just keep things rolling, maybe that's an opportunity to get back on track.
Yeah, absolutely. I think just continuing to emphasize things defensively and offensively, we've got to have them more prepared than they were tonight. So, it's back to a good amount of time, being able to. I don't love these weeks a lot I would love to be celebrating some wins for a week of practice, but it's also nice to have a little bit of time to be addressing some of these things. And I still go to my grave saying we've got great kids. There's nobody I'd rather have in our locker room right now. We're going to get it worked out together. It's just taking a little bit of time right now, and that comes sometimes with some inexperience. But at this point, we're 6, 7, whatever games into the season. Nobody's a rookie anymore. We've got to be prepared, regardless of when your time is called upon. I think it's just everybody next man up. We got to step up and do our job when we're called upon, and good things will happen. So continuing to stay the course and just, staying together is going to be one of the biggest things for us, and being able to not allow any outside noise coming in. So
staying together, staying on the same page, because you're 7 games in, but you're still, right now, and I guess I can talk about it, but this is a point in the season. You've got some good matchups coming up, but you're going to have to start getting some W's together. Otherwise, you're going to sit on this bubble of postseason. I don't want to look too far ahead, but that's kind of where you're at right now.
Yeah, when we don't play very well, we sure are. So it'll be nice, get on the road a little bit too, and just kind of get away from Pierre.
All right.
So we love our community and love our crowd, but it'll be nice just to go see how we can place on somebody else's court.
All right, Coach. I can take a hint. So it's time to go. We'll wish you the best, and we'll see you on the road on Tuesday.
Thank you.
Brianna Kuzler, the Governors head coach. Governors fall 70-52 to the T-Area Titans tonight. We'll wrap up our broadcast by wishing the best and safe travels to T-Area fans who are on the road. For all of those on the road, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds us to slow down and think twice in case of ice. Remember to drive for the conditions, and buckle up too. We've all got some place to be. Road conditions do look a little bit scattered, slippery from Pierre down to I-90, I-90 from Vivian to Chamberlain to Kimball, some scattered snow and ice cover. Hopefully conditions should improve for T-area travelers. After that, more drier conditions through the Mitchell area toward Humboldt, and then maybe some wet conditions after that. So best of luck on that, and a good performance for the Titans tonight. They win at 70-52. Quick check of the scores that we did have in Class AA this evening before we let you go. Again, girls basketball, O'Gorman beating Sioux Falls, Washington in a matchup of unbeatens. O'Gorman 70-53 winners. Mitchell beats Huron by 12. Brandon Valley with a win at Crofton, Nebraska. Aberdeen beats Watertown tonight 51-36 in girls hoops. And again, T-Area over Sioux Falls Roosevelt in girls basketball 51-42. In boys basketball, in double overtime, O'Gorman comes from behind to beat Washington 68-67. Meanwhile, Lincoln stays perfect on the year. They beat Jefferson 53-38. In the ESD, Aberdeen over Watertown 67-63 for their second win of the year. And Huron beats Mitchell tonight 47-38. Impressive win on the road for the Tigers in that one. And of course, our game, your final score on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, it's T-Area 70 and Pierre 52. Governors off until Tuesday next week when they go to Douglas. The Governor girls will host Douglas. That's their next contest and their next home game. That'll be on KGFX on the AM side. We'll have the Governor boys on the FM with River 92.7 coverage. Governors against the Douglas Patriots. Next coverage of Governor Sports is Thursday night when the Governors go on the road to Watertown. They'll have an ESD wrestling duel, girls and boys, at Watertown. Hope you can join us for that. We're going to estimate about a 6:30 pregame and 7 o'clock coverage from the Civic Arena in Watertown. Till we meet with you again, our thanks to Brian Menning for running camera for Live Ticket. You can rewatch this game at drgnews.com and the River 92.7 page, or they'll put it up on their YouTube channel from Live Ticket as well once we sign off. And also to William Wilson for running the show in studio. I'm Brian Oakland. Again, your Gales Gas Service scoreboard has the Titans defeating the Governors tonight 70-52. We'll talk with you Thursday from Watertown. This is Pierre Governors Sports on your official voice of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com. Good evening, everybody.
This presentation.